Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero. There's an African legend that says, in a race between a lion and a deer, many times the deer wins. Because the lion runs for food, but the deer runs for life. The moral of the story is this: purpose is more powerful than need. When your why is as strong as your need to breathe, nothing can outrun your will.
So one of my favorite stories is in a mother's womb were two babies, and one turns to the other and says, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" And the other replies, "Why, of course, there has to be something after delivery. Maybe we're here to prepare ourselves for what will be later." "Nonsense," said the first. "There's no life after delivery. What kind of life would that be?" "I don't know," said the second, "but there'll be more light than here. Maybe we'll walk with our legs and eat with our mouths. Maybe we'll have other senses we can't understand now." First goes, "That's ridiculous. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths, that's absurd. The umbilical cord, is what scientifically supplies nutrition and all that we need, but it's far too short. Life after delivery is to be logically excluded. And the second says, what if it's just different than it is here? Maybe we don't need that physical cord anymore. The first goes, okay, if there were life after delivery, then tell me, why has no one ever come back from there? Delivery is the end of life, and in the after delivery is nothing but darkness and silence and oblivion. It takes us nowhere. And the second says, but certainly we'll meet Mother, and she'll take care of us. The first goes, Mother? You actually believe in Mother? If Mother exists, where is she now? And the second goes, she's all around us. We are of her. It is in her that we live. Without her, this world would not and could not exist. And the first says, I don't see her. It's only logical that she's not here. To which the second replied, sometimes, when you're in silence and you really listen, you can perceive her presence. You can hear her loving voice calling down from above.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE. And unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right.
Wait for me, wait for me.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. I remember when I lost my mind.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow miscreants, and welcome to Sob's Place. Oh my God, there's Cryptrick is in here too. What's happening, man? We got everybody in here tonight. Look at this. Oh my God, we got Jim Anus is in here. Chicago Cubby Bear just popped up backstage. I'll bring him up in just a second. Got Saddlebum, Brad and Tasha Water both. We're glad to have both of them. We've got Godzilla here tonight. Heresy Seed, Sub B Ratio, Sue. Yes, gotta love the vapes. Heresy Seeds with us here tonight. Let's see. Cryptrick, there he is right there. Hey, everything. I hope everything is well. Yes, and I would love to be on your show. Just email me with when. And you may have already. I just haven't opened my email yet this afternoon or this evening. Anyway, I get distracted. I open up my fucking email and I get distracted. First, I have to go through and I have to clear out all the junk and shit. And then, oh man, and I get distracted by shit. It's just not even worth getting into. Anyway. Let's see, there's Lisa Marie Tattersall. Good to see you, my dear. Greg B's here tonight. Looks like we got Schneider. A couple other people looking really good. Valley Parks is here tonight. And of course, Godzilla is with us. And we've got Chicago Cubby Bear right there. Caught him in the middle of a text.
Of course.
That's what we was meant to be doing, bro. That's what was going on.
Yeah, I'm with you. With those emails, man, I forget to even check them half the time.
I know. There's so much fucking junk in here.
I'm just not an email person. I do it at work, and then it's like after work, I'm like, forget it. I don't want to look at another email again. But
oh, we got the regular cast of
D-Man
here tonight. What's up, D-Man?
What's going on, guys? Good to see you.
I found a little thing. It was kind of interesting today on Facebook. I'm going to share with you here in a few minutes. Regarding our good friend McToon.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This is pretty.
Let me
crazy.
guess. He's converted to flat Earth. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
I wouldn't even accept them.
Somebody made a page that totally rips on him. Kind of used his logo and called it Gay McGoon on Facebook.
Called it what? Gay too?
Yeah, Gay McGoon.
G-H-E-Y?
G-A-Y.
Wow.
The hard A-Y.
Ooh.
I'll show you. This is, you gotta see it. This is it here. Right here.
Is that a picture of him on both pictures?
No, that's him on the left, though. It's a younger picture of him on the left. And then I went down here to some of these links that he's got right here, and this one here, McToon gay. So that's not even, I guess, his real name. That's not his real name.
What's the action figure? That's a good picture.
Oh, that's let's see right there. That's FTFE.
That's Craig. Or is it? Yeah, it's Craig.
Yeah. Did you guys see him on that one with me and Flats? The fucking camera was on. That dude was digging up to the third joint up his nose with his fingers.
Scratching his
THC
brain.
Mike found it funny.
Yeah, everybody did. I mean, this guy is just wow. But he's one of them. This is just, I guess it's relatively new. There's only like 11 people following it or friends with it or whatever, I guess. But then the other thing where that link, this thing here, this one here, where this ends up taking you is to another window. Bringing this up, hold on. And there's an anonymous video that comes up. Let me open that.
McToon, what should we say? Ryan, you tried to silence us. You sought to suppress truth seekers, to shut down dissent, and to deplatform those who dare expose the hidden agendas festering beneath society's surface. You forged documents, twisted facts, and weaponized deception to serve your cause. We see you. And now the world will, too. Your attempt to erase this site, your push to make truth inconvenient, will be your undoing. From this moment forward, every attempt to bury our voice will be met with a louder echo of exposure. You picked the wrong side in this war of ideas. You challenged the hive. You provoked the collective. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
You're muted, Soft.
So you get beyond that. It says here, let's see if I can blow this up a little bit.
Who is Ryan Kruger? Oh, okay.
That's his real name.
Oh.
Supposedly, I'm coming out of my carefully constructed facade. My name isn't Michael C. Toon, it's Ryan Scott Kruger. For years, I masqueraded as a fearless flat earth debunker, bravely standing against pseudoscience. At least that's what I wanted you to believe. In truth, I was in it for the money. And as any seasoned grifter will tell you, the easiest lies to sell are the ones you whisper to yourself first. Let's be honest, none of us have seen the shape of the Earth with our own eyes, unless you've casually booked a trip to low Earth orbit in your spare time. So when I cited 600 plus space witnesses as proof of Earth's curvature, what I really meant was trust the military professionals trained to follow orders without question. After all, what better source of an absolute truth than those conditioned to obey? Here's the real kicker. Those witnesses bought and paid for it, just like me. The real deal is that you never knew me at all. My Maple Grove Covenant Church affiliation painted me as a devout believer, a man bound to the teachings of the Holy Bible, the very same Bible that states without hesitation that Earth is flat. So the real question is, am I secretly a flat earther, or am I just another hypocrite for hire, selling credibility to the highest bidder? You decide. You've earned that right. And if you've ever purchased any of my merchandise, well, let's just say refund policies exist for a reason. Tina Toon, the woman behind the man, or is it the tampon behind the fraud? You heard of Tina Toon, my steadfast, supportive wife, except that that's not her real name. Her name is Tammy Kruger, but I lovingly call her Tampon because much like me, she's always there in the times of crisis, soaking up the mess. We homeschool our kids because, and there's, I guess, her and him, right? We homeschool our kids because trusting the government-run education system is for suckers, though conveniently I expect you to trust everything I say. See how this works? Despite my public persona as a patriot and a stalwart defender of American values, my personal life is riddled with contradictions, the biggest one being my dear Tampon. She's got just enough of a masculine edge to keep my identity crisis alive and thriving, so I get the best of both worlds, really. Scammer? Fraudster? Oh, absolutely. I I've sparred with the full roster of Flirth royalty: Austin Whitsitt, Jake the Arsehole, Mark Sargent, Nathan Oakley, you name it. It helps increase my subscribers. But why settle for debate when deception is so much more efficient? So I didn't just argue, I engineered chaos. And to keep the flatties spinning, I fabricated U.S. government documents, which were lavishly detailed, complete with authentic sounding agency name, doctored seals, and the names of real officials. These weren't just conspiracy bait. They were handcrafted fiction dressed up as classified truth. Oh, how they lapped it up. Confusion reigned, drama surged, and my merch sales ticked upward like a SpaceX launch. And I'll see what this is. How long is this? 3 minutes.
You know, all this Earth-shaped counterintelligence stuff? Yeah, well, I made it up. It's all fake. So on Christmas Day 2018, I had this idea to have a little fun and thought we would do a little hoax for the flat earthers to see if they bought it, because they'd been talking about Simon Dan buying subs and all this nonsense. So I thought, let's give it a shot. So I asked a couple other content creators if they wanted to join in with me, and a couple of them said yes. So I created this document in Word, and I made up a whole bunch of stuff. I didn't really know what documents look like from the government too much, and everything I knew was from shows like Burn Notice or movies like the Bourne series. So I used some words from that, and the logo I did in Photoshop. I used some government logo already and just modified it, put the UN logo in the middle. It's pretty good. Have a look at the Photoshop file. And the name is Operation of Strategic Influence, which used to be a real DOD department that shut down in about 2002. But I thought it had a pretty good name, and it's the name of a band that I like a lot. So that would be fun.
Formerly known as the Pet Shop Boys.
So what I did was we
What's the...
That was the first gay band I could think of.
What was the band that George Michaels was in? I can't
Wham!
remember that. Wham! There you go. He does have the one earring after all.
Well, this is the thing. What's the other guy's name?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Nobody ever knows. They know George Michael and the other guy from Wham.
The dockhead guy.
The other guy was getting whammed.
The not George Michael guy.
The guy in the porta potty.
Yeah, he's gone. He got rid of his ass real quick. You're too Dave Grohl-ish looking.
Intentionally leaked this document. I actually manufactured the email to send it to him. I write email software, so it wasn't difficult for me. And then we wait.
I just want you to think about all the effort he had to put into this stupid shit. That's what you got to look at. It's just like, what the fuck? Are you like a kid or something?
And so then there are a few of us that had noticed that were in this in on it in the OSI group, as we called it, and we released. We did that because it was only a week away from April Fool's Day. Perfect day to let this out. A lot of people then thought it was even more mysterious. So that's how we did it, and it was all on purpose and complete fake. The good question is, how can we prove that we did it intentionally? Because of course, that's going to be the accusation. This was all just an accidental thing and a cover-up after the fact. Well, I thought of that. So we went to a good effort to make sure that we could prove. So first, the name of the band, the organization is after, is Operation of Strategic Influence, or OSI. In the video, Flat Earth, Riley in the Mountain by Sly Sparkane, I put the years of the albums that OSI put out, the years that OSI put out albums in at 11 minutes and 45 seconds. Go have a look. There's 4 albums, just the years. And then later, completely out of context, I posted the name of the 4th album at 34 minutes and 9 seconds. Why would you read the context. There's nothing going on. Look at that. This was done on December 26th. We hadn't done a whole lot of the things yet, so we didn't have the text completed or the documents done, but we knew the name of the fake organization was OSI. So once we wrote the document and had the first page and the second page included the text saying it was a hoax, it was all intentional, and the names of the people who were involved, and some advice on, maybe you could be a little more critical about taking in new information and believing things. We had these. I ran it through 3 different cryptographic hash signature algorithms. This is important. I did 3 of them because one, a good one you can't fake. a good hash. But some people think that some hashes are hackable or crackable or whatever. They're not. But some people could say maybe it is. So I did 3. Maybe you could crack 1. Maybe, just maybe you could, but you need a lot of supercomputer power. The 3? No. So I did 3 cryptographic hashes. The plan was to leak these before anything else. So once we did that, they were intentionally leaked before any of the documents were done.
What a fucktard. I'm going to put the link to this whole page down here in the chat for anybody that would like to go and check it out. But yeah, this guy's really kind of a creep. You know? What the hell? How do I make that small again? Oh, there we go. Have to do that. And he's got another thing about it. He had there's a couple of things that he's been pulling, but I thought that was interesting.
That ain't just a hit piece thing.
It's basically it's telling all the different shit that he's done. This is kind of cool. You know, this is why I don't go by, oh, look at this document and this, that, and the other. I don't need to do that. That's everybody falling into this trap of proving what is observed. That's stupid. You don't have to prove what you observe. The ridiculous claim is that the Earth is a globe. This goes against scientific principles of physics. Every which way you can fucking look at it. And therefore, it's a positive claim, and it needs to be proven. In order to prove it, you have to reconcile the physical impossibilities incorporated in this belief system. And they're very fundamental, very basic. The idea of a fluid pressure system without any physical containment, convexity of large bodies of water, the conundrum of the violation of entropy and conservation of energy that gravity poses. What the fuck are these people even talking about? You don't need a document. You need to prove to me that this place is actually a fucking globe, or just shut up. And that's exactly why I don't go by that. Far away is the sun. I don't know, man. I didn't fucking measure it. It's up there. It's not 93 million miles away. That's stupid. There's no such distance as 93 million miles. That's just in your head. It's just a number.
How would you even get there if it was real?
No.
I shouldn't even say that. I shouldn't even say hypotheticals. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. This is good. He says, I argue with flat earthers on YouTube, sell custom tune-themed merchant, and most audaciously, I even launched a GoFundMe campaign to send myself to Antarctica. The stated goal, to definitively prove the Earth isn't flat. The real goal, a crowd-funded holiday on the icy dime of gullibility. And let's be real. If I've already admitted to faking government documents and staging leaks to manipulate the narrative, what makes you think I wouldn't fabricate a penguin selfie with a fake GPS pin and call it proof? You trust me with the truth? Darlings, you've already trusted me with your wallet. And hey, whatever happens in Antarctica stays in Antarctica. No need to tell the Tammy the tampon what the boys get up to beneath the auroras and away from the satellite feed. I admit I love a stutter too. We are drama queens. We are social vampires. And together we crowdfund and spectacle gaslight the skeptics and monetize the mayhem. Anyone want to make a donation for my next all expense paid for holiday on my retard bus? And then it's got a fucking YouTube link. This is classic, man. This is classic. And the Facebook page, if anybody's interested, I'm just going to go ahead and get that. Hold on a second here. Let's see. How do I do that? I want to go.
Heck no. And then the next thing you know, I'll have all these goofy globers trying to add me on Facebook or something.
No shit. Oh man, this is pretty fucking crazy though. Let me just go to its regular thing. I thought it was hilarious though. I was like, oh my god, it's about time.
Funny.
So Ryan Kruger. Huh? That's kind of crazy. I've been in some. Listen, these people are like the folks in Idiocracy, you know, with but it has electrolytes. And trying to talk to these fucking people is like exactly like that discussion of like, well, what are electrolytes? Well, it's what they used to make Bronto. Oh my fucking God. It's just the stupidity and the beliefs that these people have. And the guy telling me, well, you just don't understand basic physics. And I'm like, basic physics is exactly what I'm bringing up right now. And you can't reconcile them. You just have this belief system that has never been possible anywhere, anytime. And you just keep on with it. What the fuck? What are you not understanding about that? You have to go through all these hoops and then start believing in bending and warping of space-time when relative density disequilibrium is provable and demonstrable. Boom, there it is. You know, wow. Just gets you.
It's like there's a template, you know. It's like, what are the physics? You know, it's always these same basic like keywords or whatever that they use, or phrases and stuff like. What's that?
Yeah,
it's a ton of deflection every time you talk to them. It's just they don't acknowledge anything you say. It just goes into a deflection and back into a deflection. It's like talking to Wesley.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at, but I just ignored him. But yeah, it's like what reason would we have to fake that? And it's like, well, I'll tell you what reason you'd have. Lots of money. That's right. All your funding for NASA and all your projects would go right out the window. That's the biggest reason in the world for me. Like, I don't need any other thing but that. Just follow the money. It's like if you don't have the money, you don't have the opportunity to fake anything.
Man, there's all kinds of advantages to keeping that shit to yourself.
Yeah. I'm just saying that is one of the biggest ones.
Even the control. I think a great example of that is either of you ever. I'm sure that D-Man's seen it. The old Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you remember Cornelius was an archaeologist. That one chimp, Cornelius,
the lead one,
played by Roddy. What was his name? Roddy McDowell.
Yeah.
Or Rod? Isn't that his name?
I think so.
He's an English actor. Anyway, he played that part. But the thing was, he was an archaeologist, and he was doing digs in what was called the Forbidden Zone. And the Forbidden Zone was the ruins of New York City. And his archaeology found like a human doll, eyeglasses, a book. Shit like that. And the orangutans who were in charge of like the government and shit, the gorillas were just the fucking soldiers, the army, right? Non-thinking, reactive. The orangutans were the thinkers, and they had control. They already knew. And when he found that, they were trying to tell him, no, you cannot tell people this. You cannot tell people that humans were once above us. And it's a great analogy to what they're actually doing now, because like I've been watching a lot of these things about the old buildings and shit like that, and it's like, man, come on, there was a whole nother fucking civilization here that we're not being told about at all. Hi
guys, how's it going?
Hey,
well, look, there's Janusz. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, very good, thank you for asking. How are you keeping?
Man, fantastic.
Back from vacation and recharged.
Oh yeah, just totally recharged. Got all my dogs with me. That's happiness. Forgot what a handful everybody was until I got them back all together. You don't think about that, but that's all right. They're doing really good here, and my Brandy is getting around so good. I started giving her these supplements for her joints, and man, if she ever perked up. She has perked up like no tomorrow. I was really getting worried about her. I started giving her these things, and it's like she gave her new life. It's unreal.
How old is she?
10. Yeah, she's 10.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a little bit of arthritis, but still, but hell, I think that's going to start going away a bit, especially since she gets out and moves and plays more. Because of being able to be in good shape.
Saw the original Planet of the Apes. You were right. It's Roddy McDowell.
Yeah. I was
1968.
God, yeah, man. Those were that whole series of movies was one of my favorite movies, and of course, I under the impression of evolution and that kind of shit. And I thought, wow, that's kind of crazy. And evolution got turned around and, that kind of thing. And, I thought that was a great type of story, the future because of what mankind had done and domesticated the primates, and then they fucked themselves up and the primates took over. And I thought that was a pretty kind of a cool story. But of course, your worldview changes quite a bit now, over time. That was, I probably saw those around 1969, 1970, and for the first time. And I think that my whole worldview is a lot different now than it was then. What is this you have up here with us, Janusz?
It's a different
thing about the building the bridges. By the way, Planet of the Apes is exactly a great film for the Globers because they believe in the evolution as well. So it's exactly depicting them.
Yeah.
See, I never saw the original version of that first. I didn't see the original movie. I just looked it up. The one I saw is Battle for the Planet of the Apes. That was the first one I ever saw.
Okay.
Because the doctor.
Is that the one where they were worshiping the nuclear missile? The humans were worshiping the nuclear missile inside of that, and there was those people that could hurt without saying anything. They just
with James Franco or something. I think
it had Paul Williams, the singer. Paul Williams was the doctor in that.
Okay, well, yeah, Paul Williams was in the original. He was in the original too.
Yeah, the singer, and that's the one I remember seeing. I don't remember the movie exact because I've seen it so long ago. I was just a little kid.
They filmed the part where the gorillas are coming up on the settlement of survivors, and they have this illusion of fire that comes up to scare everything away that tries to come near it. And they filmed that at Red Rock Canyon in California. I've been right there. Man, those cameras had to be like right about on the edge of the highway. They had to have been like right on the edge of the highway because I stood like right there to get that exact viewpoint. And I was like, oh, fuck. These cameras were like in grave danger of getting hit by cars. I can guarantee you that.
Wow, the story, the plot of it, when you read it, when you read the plots of these movies in text, are outrageous when you read them.
Oh, this is a good one, Janusz. I saw this. This is good. This is
it is
regarding a bridge, the building of a bridge. Our friend Luca and others seem to think the curvature of the Earth is involved with the building of bridges for some reason.
Yeah, we hung out with old Luca last night. Me and
we did.
Guys, finally on the Platz channel, they came to conclusion that Luca is coming for trolling because he never conceded any argument,
And he plays off that like he's, I don't know, like he's like got like an extra half a chromosome or something. Like
I think he really is, He's kind of slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not being I have to say that because he'll concede and finally be shown that what he said is wrong and that what you're saying is correct, and he agrees to it. Then the next day he comes on and he's completely back where he was.
Yeah. It's not even next day. Sometimes in the next phrase.
Watch. Well, he'll be like, I'll put a picture up, and it'll be 6'8". It'll be like calling a giant guy tiny.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that, dude. Anyway, I guess Flats can put up with him. I don't deal with him here. I told him, I said, I'm not believing your fake retard act. Okay. I'm not doing it. Nobody can be that dumb.
That's the internet too. Anybody could do anything.
Yeah.
He's definitely breaking the internet.
So anyway, this is Janusz gave us this link. Let's check it out.
Back in 2019, a civil engineer in the UK was working on a massive bridge project stretching more than 20 miles across flat land. As he pored over the blueprints, something, odd caught his eye. There was absolutely no compensation for Earth's curvature. Not a single calculation took into account the supposed drop of the globe.
Wait a second. Didn't Luca try to tell us that shit was on the blueprints?
Yep. That's why I exactly put this video.
You know, he wasn't the only one who noticed this. Pretty soon, a group of engineers, surveyors, and architects started asking just one simple question. If the Earth is curved, why aren't we building with the curve? Why do blueprints, laser levels, and total stations all assume a level plane rather than a ball? They weren't out to challenge science or anything like that. They just wanted answers. But what they discovered, well, it turned everything they'd been taught completely upside down. So let's do the math. The Earth is supposed to curve at 8 inches per mile squared. That means over 1 mile, you'd expect 8 inches of drop. Over 10 miles, that adds up to 66 feet. And if you look at 20 miles, that's nearly 266 feet of curvature. Yet when it comes to building canals, railways, or pipelines, no one ever accounts for that kind of drop. Engineers use something called plane surveying, basically flat surface geometry, because it just works. Even those laser leveling tools you see on job sites are set up assuming the surface is stationary and flat, because honestly, if the curve was real, these tools would be completely useless. Yep. And here's the kicker. They only fail when you try to simulate curvature, not when you're measuring flatness. Yep. A retired highway engineer confirmed it. In over 30 years of work, not once did a project include adjustments for Earth's curvature. Long roads, bridges, even airport runways, all built flat. And when asked why, he said, because if we added curvature corrections, nothing would align. Everything would be off. Let that sink in for a moment. The only way modern construction works is if the Earth doesn't curve. Engineering isn't based on belief, it's based on what works. And what works is building on a flat, unmoving surface. If the globe were real, skyscrapers would lean, railways would arc, and water would visibly curve. But it doesn't, because the Earth isn't spinning, and it isn't curved. It's solid, still, and flat. Still trust the textbooks over the people who actually build your world. Tag an engineer, share this video, and follow now. Because when construction is based on flat Earth math, the globe collapses. Oh, and just so you know, this video is for entertainment purposes.
I accidentally clicked.
Couldn't be said better.
No shit. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that video the other day on. I think I saw it on X. Yeah, I think I did.
I put one in the private chat too. That's a plane chasing the sun, Seoul, South Korea to.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's an absolute great. I meant to play this on Roger's stream, and I couldn't find the link because I was on the phone. So I was like, "Ah, damn!" I threw it up there for you.
Wow, that one.
It's Seoul to Paris.
You'd probably call it the Soul Train.
Soul Train.
I'm your host, Don Cornelius. Brought to you by Afro Sheen. Man, I was just thinking about that too, man. Back in the day, watching Soul Train, and there'd be these brothers come out dancing. They'd have these fucking fros, man, with a fucking pick stuck in it, you know, a hair pick stuck in it and shit. Be some wild ass iridescent color, and they come out bell bottoms and doing all this funky
giant shoes.
Yeah, man.
My brother had a pair of those shoes with the big thick heel on it, from like the
body suits and bell bottoms.
Yeah.
And then notice over here.
My bad.
Okay, I'm going to stop this for just a minute. I want you guys to notice something here. Notice the hot spot of the sun right on top of the clouds underneath the sun. That's there.
Dead giveaway.
And then you notice over here towards the right how dark these clouds look. And over here to the left, how dark the clouds look. There's no sunlight hardly on those at all. But right underneath the sun, you see what you call a hot spot. And that right there alone proves that the sun is very close and local, right above the clouds. I'm going to demonstrate for you right here. Now notice I have a light bulb, which is round, which represents our sun source, and we have a flat mattress, which represents our flat layer of clouds. Now watch as I get the so-called sun down here at the edge by the horizon. Now you see that hot spot right underneath the light bulb? You can only get that hot spot when the light source is very close and local. Now notice the darkness on each side of the bed, just as you did on the blanket of clouds. It's really, really simple to prove. Notice right here, you see the hot spot underneath the light bulb? When I raise it up high, it lights up the whole bed. We put it back down low to the bed mattress, we get a hot spot. And we raise it back up, it lights up the whole bed mattress. Anyways, let's continue on with the video. Just keep that in mind as you're watching the sun. Now, I want you to pay attention to these couple stars right here to the right of the screen.
Yeah, they don't.
And remembering that the sun is supposed to be traveling in a straight line through the universe at 600,000 something miles per hour. Now, watch to the right as these stars zoom past us, okay? Remembering that the sun is traveling in a straight line through the universe, supposedly. We just left those stars behind, right? We're traveling in a straight line, which means we shouldn't be turning around and coming back there if we're following the sun, okay? Now, pretending we're on a ball. I'm saying pretending we're on a ball. But yet, you'll see those same stars again tomorrow. But we traveling in a straight path, according to this sun that we're following. No, you're not. You're following the sun over some flat clouds on a flat earth. Now remember, on a flat earth, we're following the sun west, so that means it should always be turning just a little bit to the right of you as you're flying behind it, chasing it. That is why you keep seeing this cameraman turn the camera to the right. See, he's flying according to the compass, but the sun is making a circuit. That's why you keep seeing it go to the right, and he has to adjust the camera and the aircraft to the right. Now, if you were flying east, like we're going to do in the next chapter, you would constantly be turning the camera to the left. And look at that beautiful hot spot right over the top of those clouds. The horizon is the same all the way across. If the sun were 93 million miles out in space, all these clouds would have the same amount of light on them, but they don't. It only lights up the clouds that's right underneath it, and you can see it right there. Welcome to part 2 of chasing the sun around a flat earth. Now, as you can remember, in part 1, I showed you a 777 flying from Seoul to Paris going west, which would be...
These stars should drop, or rise rather. They should get higher in the sky as you go along too, if you're following the curvature of the earth.
Well,
they don't.
Chasing the sun on a flat earth. Now, in part 2, I'm going to be showing you a flight going east from Paris to Tokyo. Now, if you're flying east on a flat earth, you will fly right into the sun. It will actually pass right over the top of you, which is what you're going to see here in part 2 of chasing the sun around the flat earth. Enjoy. Now, notice here, going east, we have the same thing going on with the sun coming at us. See the hot spot underneath it on the clouds? And then see the darkness over here and over here?
Is that a crack in the windshield, man?
That's why I was wondering if it's like a glare or something off of it.
It's fine.
Look familiar? That's because it works the same way, even with the sun coming at you from the east.
Gotta be a glare that's moving.
Oh no, it's been fighting with his wife.
Wow, look at the clouds. That's wild.
Now, notice once again, the hot spot of the sun is right here in the middle, right underneath it. And once again, over here on the sides, it's still dark because the sun is right over these clouds, right underneath it. And the sun is going to pass right over your head right here.
Wow, look at the sky change.
As you can see, it is right over the top of us at this point. You can see the hot spot right here on the clouds, right in front of us, because it's right over the top of us. And see the darkness back that way? The sun is right above us right here. And that is impossible on a spinning ball.
On a ball, period.
Wake up, people. You just seen it with your own eyes.
That is a pretty good one, man. That is a pretty
The
good
question is, why the fuck you would use your own eyes instead of listening to the scientism? Isn't it better? They tell you what to think, what to know. They program you, and you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's easy. It's just easy for them, you know.
Don't trust your lying eyes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like it's such an obvious thing that it's, you know, that it's obviously perspective. Yes, you can trick yourself into believing that this is due to you being on a ball, but logic and common sense should start to come into play there. And you should start asking some questions and wondering how these things are possible. You just dismiss it off with, well, it's gravity. What is gravity? I don't know. It's magic force. Wait a minute. Magic force? What the fuck? What's the mechanics behind this? Where's the energy coming from? Why does it never run out? What the hell is going on with that? That don't make any sense.
Only one good thing I have learned in the schooling system was lessons from the logic. That was very beneficial.
Listen, a lot of people don't use any fucking logic. That's the problem. That is the big problem.
So, do you think that? Do you think that it's just because people can't get over the correction in our optics, so they think that what they're seeing is seeing it, but they don't understand.
I think it's rooted in the fact, because once you explain it to a logical human being, let's face it, no one, if they've never been told that nonsense, would ever even begin to start thinking it. No one. I've asked a bunch of people this, and the best they can do is tell me sunset, sunrise. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me you'd be going along doing your shit all the time, just living your life, and then go, hey, you know, based on the way the sun sets, I think I must be on a ball. Really? Nobody would ever do that. No one. So where did this come from? It had to be told to you. And you were praised, and you were given good marks and patted on the back for believing this horse shit, even if it didn't make any fucking sense to you. The rewards outweighed the logic for some reason to you. And so you've hung on to that for your entire life. Never once questioning the shit, just accepting it for what you've been told because it's the status fucking quo. What a miserable way to live. What a misery. How would you just go around with a meat pie for a head? I mean, what the fuck?
As a kid, you don't want to be made fun of and be the cast out away from the rest of the class, have no friends, so that's another kind of way they get people. It's like, oh, you want to be you're the one that's getting laughed at because you think it's a flat earth, not a ball like the rest of us. You don't want to be that kid. I mean, that's the thinking behind it.
Right. That's exactly where it comes from. And it's deep rooted in people. And then you got the people that have embraced it and tried to expand upon it and believed more preposterous horse shit. And you try to bring them to reality and they're just like, they short circuit. They can't handle it.
Yeah, it was a bit different. In a first class in the primary school, I have lost count how many times I was in the principal.
Oh my God. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in there myself.
I think it's they don't understand that it's doing something different than what they're seeing. And they can't get the concept that it's doing something different than what my eyes are seeing. And I
there's
think
a little bit of that too, yeah.
I think that's the trick of the dome and the curve and the optical problems are the problems that they can't seem to grasp. They can't come to a realization to realize that sun is doing something completely different than what you're seeing. You're just seeing it optically, and that's the problem. The distortion in your eye, the distance you can see, refraction, that it's an optical thing. But really what it's doing, like Harmon kept hawking on with me, is that, the sun's not dropping. I said, Harmon, I understand it. I know it's just going along at the same height. It's not changing. I said, but optically, when we see it, it's doing something different than what it's really doing.
But Demon, you're speaking from your own perspective because you use logic and observe incorrect.
Oh, just common sense, just to realize it.
Majority of people can't do it. They can't.
I mean, I can't sit here and draw an equation for you and tell you the magnitude of the light and give you all this jazz, but I can give it the basic understanding of what it's doing and how it's doing it and how the light affects it as it's going at you or coming away from you. I understand the night and day concept. It's the basic things to understand, but the first thing is your eyes. That's the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Optics.
Mm-hmm.
Limitations of how you see, and they can't get
That's
it.
what gets me, though, is they gloss right over the physical impossibilities. They gloss right over that and say, well, of course you're living on a spinning ball. Look at that boat. Yeah. Notice how it disappears because of the curvature? Notice that? No, I notice that it disappears because of angular resolution, and my field of view is compromised by the horizon line. Why it's disappearing from the bottom up. What's wrong with you?
The days when we didn't have smartphones yet, I was using binoculars. I was showing people. So look there. You can see farther. You see? So what is disappearing? How is possible? I don't know.
Here's the thing that gets you too is they always say, well, the sun doesn't change angular size when you view it. Okay. Well, on the globe model, the sun is still traveling away from you, isn't it? If you're watching a sunset, which means you're getting further from the object. Isn't that true? Yes. So why doesn't it change size on a globe either? Oh, you mean to tell me if something's already far enough away from you and you only view it for a small portion of its time that you won't notice any angular size change? Is that what you're trying to say? Well, there you go. Not an argument for the globe at all. Stupid.
Yeah, when it gets way out to the horizon, it starts to optically drop in your vision. You could zoom right back into it, or you can just raise yourself up and zoom back into it and see it for a way longer distance.
Iron Horse got that right. The trick, it's not a force of attraction, it's a force of resistance. It's displacement. It's displacement. Look, either the medium is going to displace the object or the object will displace the medium. One of the two. That's all. It's based on a displacement ratio. Not a difficult fucking concept. I thought this was good. It said for the slower ones in the class, we are going to explain the obvious differences between a gun firing a bullet and a rocket trying to accelerate, maneuver, or decelerate in the vacuum of space. Okay, so we've got a bullet, we've got a gun, gunpowder explosion, and a force of gun resistance. Object one, bullet exerts a force, the gunpowder explosion, on the object, the gun, which exerts force resistance. As a result, the bullet moves and there is a recoil in the gun.
Bingo.
And here, object 1, rocket, exerts a force, thrust, on object 2, a vacuum, which cannot exert the force to resistance needed to make the rocket move. That fucking simple.
Well, they keep saying, "Oh, well, it's got its own oxygen. It's got its own add-in to the powder, so it creates force when it goes up because it has its own oxidizer."
It doesn't create a force of what? Force against what?
Exactly.
Force against what? Weight is one of the primary fucking components in rocketry. It's weight to thrust ratio. Nothing plus nothing equals nothing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
I said before, the only thing that would work is if something came up and just punched the side of it physically.
I love this. I love this. This is what rhymes with comply. Fuck off.
A good one, yeah.
That's a beauty. Oh, they're going to have a Civil War days up here in Cross Keys. I might go up too. They're going to have some artillery demonstrations, I guess.
Or maybe it could be what rhymes with the comply. I do not play.
I like fuck off. It's really more my speed. Trying to think. I had something here. This was pretty good. Oh, how long was this thing? 5 minutes. This was pretty good. I don't know if you ever saw with Ruhif and Nathan.
I used to run the.
Nathan, I have one of those gravestone headstones that say he was an asshole, but he was a funny asshole.
My wife's said she's gonna have it just say he finally shut up.
Who is it? You ever heard of Popcorn Sutton? He's a moonshiner.
Yeah.
You ever seen his headstone? It's a real headstone too.
Oh yeah, it says "fuck you" or something.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Popcorn says "fuck you."
Yeah. Yeah, I watched the documentary about him.
Dying words.
We saw one.
They were going to put him in jail.
It was in an Indian cemetery out in California, and on the headstone was a sign with a funnel that said to pour the beer into it, and then there was a hose going into the ground. And I was like, because the guy most likely died of alcoholism. Yeah. That's a big problem amongst the Native Americans. And I thought that's kind of add insult to injury, I guess. I don't know. Kind of bad. But this guy down here, his facial expressions really are irritating. Ruhif. This was pretty good.
Official Flat Earth and Globe discussion. When we were deleted by Facebook, we had allegedly 155,000 members. We did not allow cursing or insults at all. We had 100 moderators from all over the Flat Earth, and the group still got deleted. Shortly after, my Instagram was deleted. Shortly after that, my YouTube was deleted. I've been kicked off Skype, Venmo, my Yahoo account was erased. Now you got to ask yourself, if Flat Earth is so stupid, why are they censoring it? Why does YouTube go in front of Congress and say, we're censoring topics like Flat Earth? So truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. And you can lead a globe earther to flat water, but you cannot make them think critically about the shape of the earth. Fluid static state, when a large body of water is at rest, the surface is level and horizontal to its container, and the sky is a map and a clock. I'm surprised they would try and use celestial navigation to prove we're on a spinning ball in space with all the heavenly objects gravitating toward one another from an explosion of nothing. I mean, that's your religion, guys. And you're over here saying, the sky's a perfect map and a clock, and we use it to navigate the oceans. You use triangulation, which uses a triangle, which has straight, flat sides. And you're trying to tell us the Earth's a globe with triangulation using straight lines? Are you guys joking? Okay? You can't demonstrate water adhering to the outside of a spinning ball. You can't demonstrate a gravitational orbit at all using the scientific method. You can't demonstrate gas pressure next to a vacuum without a container. You guys really have nothing, to be honest. And the problem with celestial navigation on a ball in space orbiting the sun is that every 6 months, we're on the other side of the sun. We should see a completely different night sky, but year round, we see things like the Big Dipper, Orion's Belt, the Little Dipper, and contrary to the globe Earth claims, those are all fixed constellations. I mean, you guys think celestial navigation proved you're on a globe. When they came up with celestial navigation, they didn't even think the Earth was a globe. For example, the Mayans had built a pyramid, El Castillo, in the Yucatan Peninsula, and it was between the 9th and 12th century, and the structure can be used as a calendar and is noted for astronomical alignments. For 1,200 years, this pyramid's been lining up to the sky. Now, the pyramids in Egypt do that. Stonehenge, which was recently torn down, did that. I did the astroarchaeology myself and took the evidence myself. I went there, took a time lapse of Polaris through a hole that was drilled 40 years ago, and it's still there. Polaris means pole star. You don't get a pole star on a globe Earth tilted, wobbling, orbiting around the sun that's flying through the Milky Way galaxy at 1.3 million miles an hour. That's ludicrous. So hopefully you can demonstrate the three things I mentioned earlier. One of the problems you forgot in your opening is that mountains and objects change angular size as they get farther away from you. So when you stand on a really long hallway, the ceiling, which is above your head, will appear to drop down towards eye level. It's called perspective. I mean, we've been doing this for 8 years and Globers still haven't figured out the perspective thing. How pathetic. I know my teammate needed a little extra time, so I'm gonna cut it short. I'm not even gonna go into my slides, not even go into my presentation. We see way too far. You can't demonstrate gas pressure next to a vacuum without a container. Go look at the NASA bloopers. There's hundreds of videos of them with CGI, wires, green screen, harnesses, augmented reality, people ghosting in and out of screen. I mean, and you can test it yourself. This is the good news, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2023. We have high power zoom cameras and telescopes that you don't have to point up at the sky. You could point them horizontally over large bodies of water. I've done this at Lake Michigan, Lake Pontchartrain, the Atlantic Sea, the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, pardon me. All over Utah. I went to South Korea and did long distance observations and spoke at a conference there. The Earth is not a globe. I don't want the Earth to be flat either. I would actually prefer if it was a globe. It'd just be one less thing the government, mind control organization would be lying about, to be honest. And NASA wouldn't be stealing $60 million a day of your money. So if you could, go ahead, Brian, take it away.
There's quite a little rant.
What's the rebuttal to it? Nothing.
No, they don't. You just sit down there and fucking smirk and shit. And I'm like,
the guy smirking's got a better chance of answering that barrage than winning the lottery.
And you know what? A lot of military people have used Polaris to navigate. You know, when they get lost and stuff. So, I mean, there's a little trick where you can. I don't remember it exactly without looking at it again, but you can take like a Y-shaped stick, right, and point it into the ground, and you line it up with Polaris, you know, on a clear night, and then you write in like the dirt next to you. I think it's NESW, and then underneath it you put LURD, LURD. So if it's to the left of that when you're looking at it, you know, like a sight and a gun, it would be left, north, left. Or something like that. I'm getting off, but I'll have to write it down and explain it a little better next time.
Yeah. That's interesting. It's probably the same type of thing that you use for with an astrolab.
Yeah.
What was the monument that they had that somebody went and blew up 3 or 4 years ago?
The Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah, that had a hole drilled in it to look.
Yeah.
But I have videos on my channel, you know, showing they were built 1930, 40. building
No,
that.
no. The one in Georgia in the United States.
Oh, right.
That one was built in, I think, like 1982. And
I think earlier.
It was blowed up just a couple of years ago, and they never caught
somebody.
it.
Somebody
those-
went by and
yeah.
destroyed the top
like
of it.
Three, like a freaking Mercedes sign. Yeah. I'm just getting tired a bit.
I've seen the photos of them moving all the stones for Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, yeah. Concrete, steel blocks inside the rocks.
Stonehenge exactly was built in 1930 or 40, can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I have the freaking pictures of that showing, how it was built.
Our history is a complete lie, man. Something happened between the 18th and 19th century that completely changed everything. And I sure as hell would like to know what the hell it was. I really would.
Yeah, cabbage babies.
The fucking incubator babies, the orphan trains.
That's why I don't know if you have it in America, this phrase, but in Poland, we have phrase when you speak with the children, they're asking from where children comes from. Tell them, we found them in the cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an old thing too, and there's something about the Cabbage Patch fairy and all that shit.
Yes, vitamin K. Yeah, so I think they were incubating them as well in a cabbage because it was like a nature. Maybe
you remember Cabbage Patch dolls?
Yeah. They have a place where they make those. It's a Cabbage Patch hospital, and people can go there and they actually have births. I'm not kidding you, man. I'm not kidding you. I'll find the thing on it here in just a second. You guys want to see and this is how you deal with ADHD right here.
Hello, I'm Dr. Richard Shea, here to tell you about my exciting new drug-free treatment for children with attention deficit disorder. This treatment is fast and effective and doesn't use harmful drugs. Watch closely as I apply treatment to the first child.
Sit down and study! Sit down and study! Stop crying and do your schoolwork!
If you would like more information on my bold new treatments, please send away for this free brochure entitled, You Can Either Calm Down or I Can Pop You in the Mouth Again. Hello.
Yeah, it did work.
It did. It did work, man.
Hey, I put a link in the regular chat, Sav. It's called the word method. That'll have a better visual description of what I was talking about.
Okay.
My guy's channel's actually pretty cool too.
All right, I'm going to bring us back over here. Do this. And then we'll do this and this.
Morning, folks. I'm Dave Candray with the Pathfinder School, and this morning we're going to discuss night navigation and a primitive form of navigation that will allow you to obtain a general bearing, not only from the 4 cardinal directions, but also from 45-degree angles of each of those bearings as well. It only takes about 20 minutes to a half an hour to accomplish this, and you can use any star except the North Star. Stay with me. Okay, so if you take your notebook out real quick and just write this down on your notebook, this is what we're going to be talking about for the next few minutes. You have an acronym of LURD, L-U-R-D, turned with an L, pretty simple. Draw a straight line under that, and below that, you're going to put the letters that accompany a compass rosette, but not in exact order. It should be north, east, south, west. And these letters correlate to each other. So you have north, east, south, west, and the LURD stands for left, up, right, and down. So write that down real quick, and then we'll move on. Okay, so we're going to use one star for this method. It doesn't matter what star it is, as long as it's not the North Star. What this allows us to do is we don't have to worry about a certain constellation or looking for the North Star or something that could be obscured by clouds or trees or a mountain or anything like that, depending on where we're at. We just have to find a star in the sky, anywhere that's not going to disappear from our view in about 20 minutes or a half an hour. It works best for me if I stay with stars that are above the horizon fairly well, but below the zenith of where the moon would come across the sky. So those mid-sky stars work the best for me. And what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself a pointing or aiming device. Just a stick will work fine. And it can either be forked or pointed. I like to use a forked stick if I can, but a pointed stick will work fine. It's really a matter of personal preference. And you're going to use that as a gun sight to aim at a star. And what I like to do with that is I like to just kind of pick my star up in the sky, put my stick in the ground, whatever I'm deciding I'm going to use, and then lay down on the ground with my knees up, basically, and my hands behind my head, and get that star aimed right through that pointer. So I don't have to move. I'm just laying on the ground and I'm relaxed and I don't have to move. And when I close my non-dominant eye and open my dominant eye, I can see that star right where it's supposed to be on that gun sight, just like I was aiming at it to shoot it. What you're going to find out is that in about 20 minutes or a half an hour, that star is going to move because everything in the night sky moves. We all know this. That's where your table or your chart comes in. If that star has moved to the left, you're facing north. If it's moved up, you're facing east. And if it has moved right, you're facing south. Down, you're facing west. Then you also have combinations. If it has moved left and up, then you're facing northeast. If it's moved right and down, you're facing southwest. So you can correlate these letters to how the star moves, and it will give you the bearing that you are facing when you're looking at that star. And that's important. And you can just mark the ground with that general bearing for morning if you need to, and it will help you to obtain a generality of direction. And remember that all primitive navigation methods always end in lee, just like Ron Hood said. It's northerly, southerly, easterly, and westerly, because nothing's going to be exact. But this method has worked out very well for me ever since John taught it to me, and I've taught it to lots and lots of people that have come through the Pathfinder School over the last few years. And this method has worked out almost every single time, and the times that it didn't work out exactly right, I think it was an operator error, and the person that was trying to take the reading didn't get a good spot picked out where their stick was aimed at the star and weren't really sure of how it moved. So that's important. Anything like this takes practice, just like any other navigation method. Now,
that's a good question, Iron Horse. I don't know how that works down there, man. Let me see what I got. Oh, this is the thing I found on the Cabbage Patch dolls. Here's a, this is in Georgia at the Cabbage Patch Hospital. They have this.
Oh, I mean they physically have babies in a Cabbage Patch?
Look it.
Wow. Oh, well, it's a Jesus. What the hell was I thinking?
Well, isn't that wonderful, Mother Cabbage? You have some newcomers here. So let's check to see if Mother Cabbage is actually dilated 10 leaves. And it does look like she is. All right. Did you notice at the base of the tree that the crystals began to glow just a little bit brighter? And overhead, the bunny bees, while they were sprinkling their magic crystal dust. And that's what determines whether it'll be a girl or a boy. What are you hoping for, a girl or a boy? All right, let's do it scientifically. Cross your fingers. And when I say 1, 2, 3, you're going to either say pink, pink, pink for girls or blue, blue, blue for boys. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and actually check Mother Cabbage. She always has happy, healthy babies. But this sonogram will determine whether it'll be a girl or a boy. Lot of blue. We've got a boy coming here.
I'm told you. Sorry, they're giving birth to a boy.
All right, we got our blanket ready. We're ready to assist. I'm just here to assist Mother Cabbage in this delivery. And so the first thing that I want to do is to give her a great big dose of something called TLC. There you go. Good job. Good job. And that is tender loving care. And then we also give her a great big dose of something called imagicillin. And imagicillin doesn't hurt her at all. It just
I thought she said Vagisil for a minute. I was like, what?
loosens her leaves for before and after delivery. All right, Mother Cabbage, if you are going to cooperate and push, we should have a quick, easy delivery. The last thing that I'm going to do here is a procedure that is only done here at Babyland, and we found it to be very effective. It's called an easiotomy. All right. Now then, I tell you what, since you're all here, I'd appreciate it if you could help me with this delivery, because it's always a good idea to relax Mother Cabbage before she actually moves into the push stage. All right, so if I could get you to just breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Oh, feeling much better. Now, I saw some dads. I know you've been here before, so I imagine I'm going to need your help on that. You're going to have to coach. And we'd be here all day for that, all day. So we should be able to get this done on one push, right? So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and you're going to say push as loud as you can, okay? Mother Cabbage, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job, good job. There we go. Look at that. This little baby boy certainly is proof that the interns remember to fertilize. All that hair is proof of it. And had they not, of course, he'd have been born.
But what the fuck are they showing you right in your face, man? No, that's in Georgia at the Cabbage Patch Hospital. Babyland General Hospital in the Cabbage Patch. That's what they call it. I guess it's a big tourist attraction and people like to go there. And
that's a real thing.
For all the guys,
a real thing, man.
Oh, wow.
For all the guys in the chat, she's single.
Yeah, there you go. She is no stranger to rubber gloves. I'll tell you that right now.
Sometimes they call it as well. Meadow
I
babies.
like the ones with the front butts.
Oh, now come on. See, I've often thought women should have a boob in the middle of their back, like for dancing. We can. Men are pigs. I'll just say it to all the girls out there right now. I'll just go ahead and say it. What the fuck here, right? Let me see. Where am I at?
Small Johnny is sitting with his girlfriend in the cinema, and he's starting touching her back, and he's constantly doing that, just going back and all around the back. What are you doing? I'm looking for tits. It's in front. I was already looking for that there.
What was that?
Didn't find.
Saw this thing. This guy walks in and says, "Excuse me, is there a black person here?"
Black person.
And they're like, "Excuse me?" He said, "Yeah, is there a black person here?" And they're like, "Well, I'm a black person." And he's like, "Oh wait, here it is." And he picks it up. It was a black purse. Is there a black person here?
I seen that. It was British. It was some British show.
I don't know who comes up with that shit, but it's pretty good. Has anybody seen Mike Hunt? What?
What's your name? Dick Hertz from Holden.
I need a dick.
Phil McCracken.
So I dropped the video to the black purse. Drop the link to the video. Black purse in the office.
Right.
Yeah, it's an old British show. I saw
You
that.
can watch it, yeah.
And there was another one, Huge Ass.
Yeah, Philip McCracken.
Yeah. Huge Ass.
Yeah, there's a guy on Facebook. He's a really retarded dude. And he goes by the name of Hugh Jars.
All right. So I I didn't go to school, but he went to a school near me. But I knew we ran the same circles. But I know a kid named Ben Dover. You talk about mean parents.
Boy, that poor bastard.
I went to school with a guy named Harold Dick.
Yeah.
Did you call?
Yeah, it's Harry Dick. Yeah, he hated it.
My boss doesn't like when I short his name to Dick because his name is Steven.
Okay, let me
It's
see.
not my real name.
Normally, Dick was like a nick. Like if you was a name, an alt name, you would call somebody who was Richard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this does have a little bar.
Because don't call me Richard.
All right,
You
Dick.
But yeah, have you ever heard of Sammy?
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever heard a Sammy Hagar song called "Dick in the Dirt"?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty suggestive. I know this guy named Richard. He's my redneck friend. He does everything the hard way because Dick doesn't like to bend.
Mm-hmm.
Redneck exactly comes from the Irish people when they were working on the fields in the USA. They were getting exactly redneck.
That's the Mexicans because you're working in the fields. South Americans.
There you go, Dickie Long. That's a good name.
What was that?
Is there a black person here?
What did you just say?
I said, is there a black person here?
Do you have a question?
Yeah. Is there a black person here?
Chit, why are you asking that?
Janice said there was one in here. Came to check.
There's a white person here too.
Well, I don't need one of those. Mm-mm.
Chit, please stop what you're doing.
What's the big deal? I'm just trying to find the black person here.
Well, you found her. Okay, you got her today. Okay, let me see. Let me set my sparkling down.
Oh, here it is. Got it.
Chit, are you saying is there a black purse in here?
Yeah. Success. I like your haircut, Linda.
Thank you, Chit.
Chit, what was?
I could have swore I've seen that skit before on an old British show somewhere.
Probably. His humor gets recycled around. And there's certain jokes that like they stay in a certain grade too. You ever notice that? If you got kids or grandkids, you'll notice that the same fucking jokes are floating around the 3rd and 4th grade as they were when you were in there. Same ones.
Same sayings, same stories.
Yes.
Same songs. The songs you would say when you were a kid, or something you would say when someone did something in front of you.
I've been watching the reboot of King of the Hill.
Oh, the new
There's
one.
a reboot?
Yeah, and it takes over as the 14th season. And it's I guess where Hank had gone to Saudi Arabia to work for a propane company over there, and they were living there, and now they've come back. And Bobby's grown, and he runs a restaurant that's fusion Japanese and German cuisine. And Hank was just like all pissed off because there's like all these new like no left turns and stupid regulations and shit like that up in the alley and everything. And he was just, his whole fucking world was just blown. What is it?
Saba, I love Germany's food.
Germany's, there you go.
Is it Mike Judge still?
Yeah. And it's Kathy Najimy is doing the voice of Peg, but you know what? She sounds different now.
Yeah.
She does sound different. You can tell she's aged. Her voice is aged.
The guy that used to do Dale Gribble's dead.
Oh, yeah. The new guy they got is pretty crazy. What was he talking about? He was really pulling his fucking shenanigans. And of course, Joseph has grown up and he thinks he's white. He's like, I'm like the only white guy on my whole crew. It's like, you're not white, dude. You know, but it's pretty good. It's not bad. I watched the whole new season of it on Netflix or someplace. I don't know. It came up on my smart TV and I clicked on it and it took me to it. So I watched it. I was like, oh, good. There's that new one. Have not seen the Happy Gilmore 2 yet.
I don't want to watch it.
No.
He's just got way too Jewy for me. You know, he was already pretty bad to begin with, but I've seen his seething Zionist fucking hatefulness and really ruins it for me. Really ruins it badly. Badly. Oh, here we go. Dogs are getting ready to go outside.
Just
Get
the
ready.
latest revelations of all these Hollywood weirdos. I have a hard time. I've gone back to watching a lot of the older movies, but even still yet, boy, they're going at it.
Hang on, let me.
I watched Super Friends yesterday. That's how.
What'd you
You
watch?
watched what? Super Friends?
Yeah, Super Friends and the Hall of Justice.
Oh my God, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Later at the Hall of Justice.
I watched Johnny Quest. Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't you think? I think that Brace Bannon and Mike Pence are the same guy.
Could be. my first dog was named after Bandit. Called him Bandit.
Oh no! Really?
Hmm.
Yeah, I used to dig on that show too. Poor Haji. He was
Haji.
like, "Oh, Haji, stupid Indian kid." Duh. Right? It's kind of racist.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even allow. Well, it's on. I don't remember what. Oh, it's on my. I don't remember what channel it's on actually. Cartoon Network or something.
Probably one of those, Cartoon Network, or they still have Nick at Night.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
I used to like that. Here's a cool thing about the Sun being local that I found. There it is.
Is local, much smaller than we've been told. It's a divine luminary that provides life to us all, not a random ball of gas 93 million miles away. They've convinced you the sun is 400 times larger than the moon, despite appearing identical in size, seeing them at the same time in the day. And in reality, they're complementary opposites. They both follow the same path, rotating above us just as your senses perceive. They are what moves, not the ground beneath our feet. Triangulation itself is geometric proof of a local sun. It allows us to determine the distance of an object as depicted here above. The angles and distance between the reference points on the ground are all you need to understand that it's not millions of miles away. It's impossible for the sun to be millions of miles in diameter, or else we'd never see such dramatic changes in its size either. And the sun doesn't go over the horizon, or what we call a sunset. It simply leaves your field of perspective. We also see that the temperature of direct moonlight is cooler than the temperature of shade itself, thus further proving that these two luminaries are unique and opposite in nature. It also undercuts NASA's claims that the moon reflects the sun's light, as a spherical body can never reflect light in the same manner. Beyond the multiple examples in the Bible, Quran, and Vedas, and many other ancient texts, clearly stating our world is unique, stable, immovable, it is obvious to every sober-minded child and adult that the sun, moon, and stars, and planets, and every other light in the sky are what revolve over us. The sun tells the time, the moon tells the days, and the stars tell what month it is. A perfectly designed timepiece. It's imperative to those who represent evil itself to sever our connection with the Creator. Wake up. You live in the mind of God. The sun is local.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So I have dropped link to the true meaning of John 1 in Hebrew. Believe me, all of your minds will be blown up. I never looked so
I was
deep into
about to ask you too. I was about to ask you, have you seen that they're going to put a nuclear reactor on the moon?
Right.
Then what? Run a fucking cord from the moon to the earth, or what? How's that going to work? What good is that going to do anybody?
They will get power through Wi-Fi.
Huh?
They will get power through Wi-Fi.
I mean, what the hell? What are you going to plug in there? I mean, good God.
How are you going to get the materials there? Like, give me a break.
Well, apparently the Chinese are going to start doing 3D printed bricks on the moon.
Yeah, all right.
Still.
Yeah. That's what they're going to have for us.
Yeah, they can Temu bricks.
Yeah, Temu. Temu, shopping like a millionaire.
Yeah, so start this video. I'm telling you, it's worth it's worth to watch. I was blown away when I have seen it.
You know, I was talking with my aunt today, and she don't really care one way or another. You know, globe, flat, whatever. She's kind of indifferent, doesn't really care, kind of just off the shoulder. But anyway, I was talking to her about, because me and B-Man ran into Luca last night, and I was like, yeah, we were having a discussion with these idiot globers, right? And she's like, the first thing she says to me is like, well, why do they even come there? Not even somebody that is totally indifferent to the thing. It's like, yeah, good question. Why do they even come there?
David Crush it. All right, that's enough of you and your mouth. Fabio. No.
It's funny.
Sobs
Like,
big foot.
he's doing that at Brandy, and Brandy don't give a shit. She's just going to stay there.
He's trying to tell her, get up, get out of my space.
Don't he sound like Chewbacca?
Yeah. It's Bigfoot.
He does.
Are you guys about done? There's plenty of food for everybody. Fabio! Get a grip on yourself.
How did you come up with his name, Fabio, for the dog?
He came with it.
All right.
Yeah, he came with it. That's a good point, David Crush said, but don't nuclear reactors need water to cool them? That's what I was under the understanding of.
Yes, they do.
There's no problem. There is plenty of ice over there, as they claim.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They have ice up there now. How silly of me. Jesus. Here we go.
What's up, YouTube? So, no, I have not dropped videos, not for a minute. Just nothing great has come across my sort of desk. I'm not saying I've seen it all, but I've seen it all. And like I noticed rainbows drop in this valley, and I made a video about that because I had this like idea about what rainbows really are, and you know, why they're light inside, dark outside, and just all this stuff. I might drop that. But anyhow, I have talked about in other videos a lot the Hebrew definitions of words in the Bible, and how the Bible is the only book that I've come across that just keeps giving, just keeps confirming level after level. You can keep digging into just one word, right? In the letters of one word, and it'll confirm all sorts of things throughout the Bible. The whole thing's interconnected. And I read the other freaking Bibles. I've read the books, right? It's just basically it's face value. Okay. You know, become detachment, you know, become nirvana. It's just pretty simple. Like, okay, I'm going to just dissolve my ego. Got it. Right. This book is a fascinating movie that we live in this realm. Okay. So, for example, I've given this one before, but the name's Adam, first man, right? And then, well, in this reset, right? Adam, his son was Seth. Next one was Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch. And each of these words has a, most of you know this, has, all of you probably, has the Hebrew meaning, all right? Methuselah, his death shall bring, which is interesting because this fits into this narrative. But it also fits into the fact that Methuselah, living to be the oldest, when he died, that's when the flood started, okay? His death shall bring. Right. So anyhow, Adam through Noah read in Hebrew meanings. Man appointed mortal sorrow. The blessed God shall come down teaching. His death shall bring the despairing comfort and rest. Okay. The entire freaking gospel and the meaning of this movie we're in. Okay. And the redemption and salvation through this sacrifice, right? It's all right there. And so, okay, the video is about this woman who decoded the word beginning, right? By taking the Hebrew definitions of each letter from right to left, okay? It's for another one is Yod He Vohe. That's Yahweh. Those 4 letters in Hebrew mean behold the hand, behold the nail, okay? And that's the gospel right there. Yahweh, in the name, we also breathe it. Yahweh, Yahweh, in and out, in and out. First thing we say when we're born, Yahweh. Last thing we say, Yahweh. You can't help it, man. You can't help but to sort of pray. So anyhow, John 1 always blew my mind, like just did. Like I was just like, I can't even go to that. It's just too heavy. In the beginning was the Word, and that's Jesus, right? So I'm like, okay, fair enough. God's ways are higher than my ways. Like, I don't know what the luminaries are, right? I don't know what the foundations of the earth are, but I know there's foundations because we're not freaking spinning and all this shit, right? So I'm just taking the word for it here, right? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. He was with God in the beginning, and the Word was God. Through him, all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. I think we're pretty clear on this. John really is like, repeats it 4 times, okay? The Word created everything, God. The Word was with God, says with and separate, mind-blowing, right? In him was life, and in that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it, okay? So Enoch talks about the Son of Man, Son of Man, Son of Man, right? Jesus, Son of Man, right? The light of all mankind. He says himself, I'm the light of the world. Great song by Jorma Kaukonen. I am the light of the world. Google it, check it out. It's a great tune, okay? Anyhow, so this woman does the Hebrew for beginning. And what's freaking cool is that it says, in the beginning was the Word. You can literally read that as inside the very word beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word. And she finds by decoding the Hebrew of the letters, reading right to left, that indeed Jesus is in that word beginning. Okay. And this is freaking awesome. And it needs to be out there, and fired me up. So I hope it fires you up. Peace. Enjoy this woman and her work.
In the beginning. Okay, let's pause right there and look at this in Hebrew. The Hebrew word for beginning is this word right here, bereshit. And remember, they read from right to left. So we will break down every letter together. So from right to left, this is the letter Beit, Resh, Aleph, Shin, Yod, and Tav, which spells bereshit, which means beginning.
Bereshit.
The letter Beit, or B, means tent, and the letter Resh, or R, means the chief, the head chief. Together, BR is read as bar, and together it means son. The letter Aleph is kind of like a vowel, and it means Adonai, so we'll do a heart for God. The letter Shin means to destroy, so it's kind of like, looks like a claw, so that's how I remember it. This character means hand, the letter Yod. And this last character is Tav, which is T, and it means cross or covenant. To summarize, Beit, Resh, Aleph, Shin, Yod, Tav spelled Bereshit, which means the beginning, and it's already forming a sentence. The Son of God destroyed by his own hand on the cross. But we're not done yet. Earlier, we discussed how Beit and Resh together is pronounced bar, which means son. So there are words within this word. Another one is Shin, Yod, and Tav. Together, it is read say it, but the English word is thorns. And if you want to look it up, the concordance number is H7898. Next, we have Resh, Aleph, and Shin, which is read as Rosh. And in English, it means head. So just to prove it, we've got Resh, Aleph, and Shin right there. The next word we're going to discuss is Berosh, which is spelled with a B, R, and Shin. So it's this except for Aleph. So this means tree, cypress tree, actually. These two together, the Shin and Yod, means gift. And again, Tav means cross or covenant. Okay, let's try to put this together. The Son of God destroyed by his own hand on the cross with thorns on his head, hung up on a tree as a gift of the covenant. Wait, so Jesus was in the beginning? Yes. In John 1:1, what does it say? In the beginning was the Word. And who was the Word? The Word was God. The Word was with God. So since the very beginning, Jesus had always been.
Well, that's pretty wild.
Yep, that's one word and it's everything there.
They said the English language is the hardest to learn.
Jeez, yeah, I know.
I was really mind blown when I seen that.
This is good. You'll like this.
I threw a few possibilities in the private chat too.
Ma'am, could you explain that again like 10 more times? Go over. Oh, Kid Rock.
What is this thing? I know, look, a stick in a toilet bowl. Oh, everything spins a different way in different hemispheres.
Ball at the ball, the bangy bang. What he sings.
How long is this thing? What is this thing, man?
Oh, what the Love It?
Whatever that thing is, that
It's a truck. It's an 18-wheeler. Some guy built a battling ram on the front of it. Drives through all kinds of stuff. Watch it. It's funny.
Oh my God. Hold on a second.
Maximum overdrive.
Yeah, he's going like 60, 70 miles an hour. He's just driving through stuff.
So, like, I never really understood Mad Max. You know, these people had these really fuel inefficient vehicles, and they were chasing each other around the fucking desert for gas.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you just park and chill? You know, you won't have to fight for gas all the time. You're not really going anywhere. What are you there to see the post-apocalyptic scenery? I mean,
Just walk away.
God.
What the hell?
I have to say, at times I've wanted something like that.
Probably on your last trip.
Oh, man. Like I said, wisdom is realizing that sometimes you're the asshole in front of somebody.
He just ran over one of those bounty houses. You ever think about how disgusting those things are?
What's that?
I said he just ran over one of those bounty houses. I was like, the other
Two
day,
of them.
Those things are so freaking gross. Like, you know how many times people probably puke and piss and sweat?
Oh, I know.
And
I
then
know.
they just let their kids get them, and it's like,
Spray it off with a hose.
Yeah.
This machine will be very useful for the geofencing when they will switch it on and stop all the electric cars. So we just go through them.
Oh, I saw that with the cops pepper spraying people outside the food
That
truck.
happened
was
like just
crazy.
as you were out of there too, just as you were
Yeah,
by it,
yeah.
literally.
We weren't very far from Flint at all. I was picking on the old lady. I said, "You want to stop and get some water or something?" Or like, no, it's cool. Just keep going.
Just, you want to pull it. You don't want to drink that water.
No, it's disgusting.
Be like, why do I have a third hand growing from my hand?
They just fired this asshole cop just outside of Detroit. I saw a thing on it on YouTube today. This guy is like a psychopath. He is a psychopath. He like tases people and he enjoys the shit and then mocks him while he's doing it. This fucking guy, well, he finally got brought up on charges. They pulled one guy over and they had him, I guess they'd been in a chase, and this guy was on the ground and he's over there stomping on the motherfucker. It's like, well, you already got him down. You got him in custody. What the fuck are you stomping on him for?
Power tripping.
Quit resisting.
They're sick ass.
Yeah,
people.
exactly. I love it.
Yeah,
when
well,
they-
I'm sorry. Physics means that, you know, your fist and my head don't occupy the same space, so it will resist your fist. You know, I'm sorry. It's just how it works.
I seen them do it once to somebody where the guy's hands were pinned under his stomach and he couldn't pull his hands out because the two guys were on top of him.
Yeah.
And all they did was punch him continuously and say,
Yeah.
put your hands behind your back, as you got 400 pounds on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, two steroided 250-pound cops smashing you in the face.
You know, the MPs are allowed to beat the living crap out of you.
It's
They
like,
got
first
ways.
off, he can't push off 500 pounds of guys beating him off to pull his hand out because you got all this weight on top of him as they lay in on top of you. It's like, oh my God.
Fucking
Power
meat
corrupts.
puppets.
Absolute
They're
power
mostly-
corrupts. Absolutely.
Well, they do that so that they can just keep punching them for a while, and then they'll finally lay off a little bit. So you can almost pull your arm out as you're like cruising consciousness.
I want to expand upon that. The thing about that is that power attracts the corrupt and corruptible to begin with.
Yep.
Yep.
You see, that's why I've always said anybody that seeks power should be barred from having it.
Exactly.
Because you could only have selfish motivation for wanting it.
Yeah.
Remember the experiment when they did with the students? They put them in the fake prison.
The Stanford prison experiment.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tell.
Yeah, well, that's how people are. The Milgram experiment. That was kind of an expansion on the Milgram experiment. So you guys watch out for the graph. Wow.
No, they were just waiting to get their food. Those are the people that already ordered food, so they were waiting to just get the food.
Why are they blasting that noise? What is that supposed to be doing?
It's kind of like an LRAD. They're treating it like an LRAD. You know, when
Yeah.
they fire an LRAD and it makes that sound cannon sound. It makes you go away real fast. Like everybody just, you know, like you're not moving fast enough for them. We'll just wait them to get their food and they'll leave.
Why don't they just spray the water on them?
Yeah, right. Hit them with the water cannon.
Yeah.
Tase them right in the gooch.
So they're like, oh, here, we're
This is Flint, right?
Yeah.
Tase them in the gooch.
Yeah, right. Might as well have some fun with it, right?
Yeah, watch out if you got epilepsy on watching this. Lots of flashing.
Where is the freaking emergency?
Look at that. He almost backed right into that truck.
Yep.
What, nigga? We didn't try to get our food. We didn't try to do shit. We didn't try to get our food. They didn't even do shit. Oh my God. Let me get it.
What's he being charged with? Felonious pickup of food?
Oh.
Aggravated consumerism? What?
I think I know what. Active resistance to stupidity.
There we go.
Fucking guy. Right on the food and everything. Right on that food that's cooking and everything. Yep. What a bunch of assholes. Wouldn't that be cool if the crowd just ganged up on him and beat the living fucking snot out of him? I think that would be awesome. It's going to start happening.
Yeah, OC spray. Nice people.
That's wrong. That is so wrong. Look, still spraying. Still spraying.
God bless America.
Welcome to Flint.
America. This is what we've become. This is literally what we've become over the time.
Thugs with badges in the funny costumes with the ego bigger than their stupidity.
Oh yeah, and just doing it without a care either. They could care less what who complains or writes or what do you call it or anything, and nothing ever happens. So those guys can do just about anything and get away with just about anything. And who are you complaining to? The people that did it to you.
Yep.
What is that going to
investigate themselves?
Yeah, they'll investigate themselves and they'll find they did no wrong. Sorry.
Qualified immunity. That's qualified immunity. That's it.
And they have an attitude about it too. When you say, "Hey, I'll fucking sue you if you can do that," they're like, "Go right ahead." You know why? Because they're not paying out. If something happens, you know what they do? The city has to pay it out with insurance.
Yeah,
and then
that's why
when the city pays the insurance, you know what happens? The insurance rate. What happened if you crash your car 10 times a month? Your insurance rate goes up. or your insurance is canceled altogether, and now you're uninsurable because of your too high problems. And what do? They then come to your house and then reassess your home and say, hey, I'm going to go around and reassess every house and make them $5,000 or $10,000 more money. Then that way, at the end of the year, when you go to pay your taxes, what do? Well, your assessment went up. I mean, you got to pay more in taxes.
That's why it's important to tell them about their own policies. When you do that, and they still bash you, still do bad versus you, then qualified immunity is gone, and you can sue them in a civil matter and as well from the other angles.
Say you get pulled over. Say you get pulled over for something stupid, and you issue a ticket. Now the ticket's twice as much. Let's say your grass is 3. Say your grass is 2 inches too high. Everybody's going to go. They're going to hire 30 people to go around your town and measure your grass of every yard, and say, "Oh, it's a quarter of an inch too high. We got to give you a ticket. You have $400. Got to pay it for 10 days."
$10,000 to assess that too. This is why we have it. This is why we have this dumb shit. Listen to how stupid these fucking people are.
Serve and protect. Nope.
This is how stupid people are. Listen to this.
What brought you here today?
My boss is here, so I'd come to see him.
Who's your boss?
President Trump.
He's your boss?
Pretty much. He's all of our bosses.
In what way? That he tells you what to do?
He don't tell me what to do. He runs the country in a good way that nobody else can. So I consider him my boss because basically they run this country like a business.
Does it bother you that he ran a lot of his businesses into bankruptcy though?
No, it don't bother me at all. No, it don't bother me at all. I don't care if he.
But if he runs the country like a business, he could like bankrupt it.
I don't care if he was smoking crack with Hunter. I don't care. I'm going to vote for him. I don't care what happens. I'm voting for him.
Even if he was smoking crack with Hunter Biden?
Hell yes, I would.
What brought you here today?
What the fuck?
It's crazy.
Just crazy devotion. That's all it is.
My uncle is like that. It's like, do you have a personal connection? Has Trump ever called you? Do you go hang out? Are you buddies? Like, what has he ever done for you?
What other than what you've seen on television by his carefully corrected PR campaign? What do you actually know about him?
Right.
Nothing.
It's like you go hang out with him at his house on the weekend. It's like, when have you ever, does he, you don't even have a picture together with the guy. If you play golf with him, it's like, what connection do you have?
And as it's turning out, we're finding out way more than we probably wanted to about this fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's definitely not what he's saying. And this is the same thing. The Clintons were like that. They still are. The horrible, horrible, fucking nasty goddamn people. And they just keep getting away with shit. You remember the aide that was his death was ruled a suicide, despite that he was tied to a tree and shot in the chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it was a suicide. Check this out.
And let me preface, it ain't just Trump either. It's all these people.
Yes. Yes.
The Clinton body count, which is the strange number of suicides that seem to happen in Clinton circles. I have a headline here from the Washington Post that said, Trump peddles false conspiracy theories tying the Clintons to several deaths. So I just wanted to highlight real quick, this wasn't in Trump's video, but this is from the Arkansas Times. And it's the death of Mark Middleton, who was a former Clinton White House aide, who was found dead on a Clinton Foundation property. And I'll just quote from the Arkansas Times. Middleton apparently shot himself in the chest with a shotgun and also hung himself from a tree with an extension cord. So I have no idea how somebody commits suicide that way, but if the Washington Post is here, maybe you can enlighten us as to how that was actually a suicide. So anyways, that's just a lead into my question about the most famous Clinton-related suicide, which is that of Jeffrey Epstein.
So today we're going to look at yet again another mysterious ending to a former Clinton associate, Mark Middleton, a 59-year-old longtime special advisor for the Clinton administration when he was president, who it appears in the 1990s served as a conduit between Clinton and the late billionaire Jeff Epstein, arranged at least 7 of the 17 visits that Epstein made to the White House, and flew on the Lolita Express, several times himself, according to Daily Mail. Mark
No,
Middleton
okay.
was a family man. He had a family-owned Middleton Heat and Air HVAC business. Oh, businessman, probably had plenty of money, was doing fine, in fact, had really nothing to gain by working for the Clintons, apparently. But here's where it gets weird. Sometime on May 7th, Mark Middleton decided to drive 30 miles away from his home to the Heifer Ranch in Perryville, and both hung and shot himself with a shotgun at the same time. He reportedly used an extension cord as a noose and created a makeshift gallows underneath the tree, which appeared to be there as a failsafe in case a shotgun blast didn't end him. So apparently he went to this ranch, a place he had allegedly never been before and had no reason to be at, found a tree, pulled a table over there, got on that table, took an extension cord, put it around a limb, put it around his neck, and shot himself in the chest with a shotgun somehow, and then dropped with the extension cord around his neck just to make sure that he would end it all. That's pretty elaborate. I don't know if you've ever seen what a shotgun can do to a pumpkin, but I wouldn't really worry about surviving a close-range shot from one of those. Ranch workers found Middleton's car in the parking lot and notified the sheriff, and his body was found shortly afterwards. He was not invited to the property, and the staff contacted the sheriff because he was there without authorization. And again, there has been no links established to why he would have ever traveled to that ranch in the first place. A terrified business associate of Middleton has reportedly said, "Everyone that I know here that has worked with Mark knows it's physically impossible for him to have ended himself. He could not physically hold a shotgun and done that to himself. He knows nothing about guns. He hated guns. He couldn't have tied a noose to save his life. The man couldn't even change a light bulb by himself. He was the least physically skilled person I have ever met in my life. He was very smart, great with paperwork, legalities, and all of that, but he couldn't physically take care of himself." And now his family, his father and his wife, are fighting to keep photos and other illustrative content sealed. They have filed an injunction arguing that blocking the release of the footage would halt a proliferation of unsubstantiated conspiracy theories. You think that's going to make it seem less conspiratorial?
The body count of the Clintons is well over 100 that they've killed.
The Clintons?
Yes, the Clintons have killed over 100 people. I'll say that. Please take me to court. Okay? Please. They won't take me to court. So everybody
know
knows
it's true.
But everybody knows the body.
Everybody
the Clinton
knows
body
that,
count's about 130.
Yeah.
God, it's true too. They got a hell of a body count behind them.
Surprised that guy that asked that question at the beginning. They're like, "Well, you're about to find out how they did that."
Yeah, right.
I think I know what happened, because he was, as I mentioned in the video, he was a very little guy in the paperwork. So first he shot himself. He figured out, I didn't kill myself, so I have to be extra safe. So I need to hang myself. And that's what happened.
He did.
I mean, I don't know how anybody could have ever. Does anybody know this many people that died and committed suicide and shit?
No.
Look at that. 35 just on this list here.
He did it all yelling, "This is MAGA country."
I mean, look at this. These are following Clinton bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
serial suicider going around,
Everybody knows.
Well, they got all their money from dealing. So
yeah, right. Here's the thing. Even look at this. I don't care who you are. Nobody has 56 friends who committed suicide.
Yeah.
I mean,
friends, huh?
Yeah. Those people are evil.
If I have such friends, I don't think enemies.
Here, yeah, this is their strategy right here. Back off or I'll kill yourself. Oh man, yeah. These fucking people are really bad. What is this? This one? Oh yeah, let's see. There's more on that. Let's see.
One of these people are gonna die off. Speaking of like, forget everybody else disappearing. Like, these people are 80. A lot of them are close to 80 years old. It's like they've done nothing but bad in their life. They should have some karma coming at some point, you'd think.
Oh yeah, listen, it won't be long before Satan's pissing right up Mitch McConnell's ass. I guarantee you.
Turtle.
No. Royal Trump didn't like that South Park episode. He did not like that. He's threatening to sue him and shit.
Christy Nome didn't like the newest one they did about her either. I didn't see any of them yet. But
you put yourself out there at the clown show, you deserve to be mocked, man. That's all there is to it. Nobody's immune to it.
I guess they were making fun of all her like plastic surgery face. It kept like caving in on herself or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get tight on her, and you can tell that if she gets another facelift, she'll have a beard.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
That must look freaky without.
I think she's like AI. She looks like an AI bot to me.
She might be. Elon's working overtime, trying to make himself a sex robot.
Fembot.
Is this the same guy?
All right, let's catch up on some news. So let's talk about this. A special advisor to Bill Clinton that was found suicided. It was revealed back in December that Jeffrey Epstein visited Bill Clinton's White House at least 17 times, a dozen times in 1994, and sometimes twice in one day, 3 separate occasions. For context, it says here that according to the logs, Epstein was first admitted as a guest February 25th, 1993, just 1 month after Bill Clinton got inaugurated. So that happened in 1993. However, in 1994, that's where a bulk of Epstein's visits occurred. Enters Mark Middleton, who was a special assistant to the president, Bill Clinton, who made most of these approvals. Now they say that he abused his power to make himself more, which takes us back to this story because Mark Middleton was recently found dead. Warning, it's going to get a little bit graphic. An exclusive by Radar reveals that on May 7th, he was found hanging from a tree with a shotgun wound that blew through his chest, along with the cheap dollar store type of extension cord as a noose on an Arkansas farm belonging to a nonprofit loosely linked to the Clinton. This happened on a 1,200-acre grounds on the Heifer Ranch in Perryville, Arkansas, a farm run by Heifer International, whose headquarters is on the same parcel of land partially owned by the Clinton Presidential Center in Little Rock. Right now, the family of Mark Middleton is petitioning a judge to keep the graphic images and sketches of his crime scene private and not released to the public. Even the sheriff of Arkansas doesn't want to talk about it. Somebody go check on Karen Ewing, as she was also making approvals for the Secret Service at the time of
That's one that probably got killed too. But yeah, that's how do you do that? How do you do that? I don't even know.
Who you know or who you blow.
My eyes are up here, guys.
I'm serious, man. How do you shoot yourself and hang yourself? And probably took some cyanide just to be sure. What the fuck?
They said a tree limb fell off as he hit the ground too, and it hit him in the back.
Yeah, right. It didn't even hold. Listen, that sounded like torture and murder to me.
When they were wheeling him out, the gurney flipped over and he fell off the gurney on top of it when they were loading him up.
Oh, this is interesting about the Chinese Tianzhu 9 spacecraft. Tianzhu, the translation is skyboat.
Sky pilot.
Skyboat. Look at this. This is kind of cool.
Hey, what's it hidden?
Something about that to me does not look like success if you're trying to go into space.
Success, or is it actually like the picture down the left there with the?
I think it is. I mean, it is going across water. I mean, it's like, oh no, those are expanding gases. Shut the fuck up. There's more gases out there than it's possible to even put in that thing. Idiots. They just still believe anything.
Yeah, the Russians did the exact same thing. They launched something up and it did the exact same thing. Exact same, what do you call it? Exact same you know, almost like a boat going over, like creating a wake almost.
Oh, here's an interesting theory, real quick. The real reason why the government doesn't take care of its veterans. This makes sense too.
This is the real reason our government doesn't take care of the veterans. Watch
I am not
this.
usually a conspiracy theorist, but I have one cooking and I genuinely believe
This
it.
makes a lot of sense.
I wholeheartedly believe that the reason the government does not take care of our veterans better is because keeping our veterans in a place where they're constantly having to survive instead of thrive means that they are far less likely to be able to participate in a form of resistance against the government. And I think that their input in a resistance would be our best shot at actually
Tell me this
overthrowing an
doesn't make
authoritarian
sense.
government.
Stay weird.
Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns?
This is the real.
I don't know. It does make sense. It does make sense, but I don't think they could stand up to us anyways.
When they confronted Smedley Butler, they were going to use World War I veterans.
Yeah.
600,000 of them, and it was all the big corporations were all going to back them.
So did you guys see Trump declared filming police was illegal?
Yeah.
$5,000 fine. He can't do that. First time that goes up in court, it's going to get thrown out.
Yep. As long as it's in a public place, you're very right. It's anything you see.
Yep.
Exposed online in the past.
Yeah, this is.
Your eyes can't be trespassed.
Listen, you got these bootlicker people, man, that are support this shit. Listen.
Starting tomorrow, filming the police won't just get your video deleted, it could land you in jail. This isn't satire. It's the newly passed federal law, the Officer Safety and De-Escalation Act. If you don't get verbal permission in advance, you could face a $5,000 fine or worse, prison time. A recent poll shows over 80% of police brutality exposed online in the past 3 years came from ordinary people using their phones. Now the government wants to pull the truth out of your hands. Here's what's now considered a violation. Pulling out your phone during a traffic stop to protect yourself, filming your neighbor being handcuffed on their front porch, your child live streaming a protest without approval, recording your own wrongful arrest on video. All of it now illegal. Critics call this law a precision strike against public oversight, a systematic gag order on inconvenient truth. As one legal scholar put it, if a phone is a weapon, then truth must be the enemy. Are we protecting officers or intimidating the public? Are we de-escalating conflict or deleting the evidence? Drop your thoughts in the comments. When power says ask before you film, what will you do?
Kiss my ass.
Yeah. I'm fucking not a big deal. It'd be easy lawsuit to win.
Extremely easy.
Yep.
Aren't they all supposed to have body cams anyway? I mean, but they conveniently go down in certain times too. But yeah.
Well, yeah,
Or
they
don't
can,
turn.
or they can say, yeah, we do have a video, but we're just not going to give it to you, and that's it. You know, you don't like it, sue us. They're using your money to fuck you over on that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Think about that.
And your agreement. Because
Yeah,
whether
'cause
you
you-
voted for him or not, you cast a ballot, which means that you agreed to the contract. Regardless of what comes about, you're down for it. That's what you told everybody. I mean, come on.
You know, and they purposely make it so that you can't live without them. And that's exactly what it is. Even if you don't need their services, even though you don't use their services, and even though it doesn't affect anybody else, they're like, no, we're going to punish you by giving you exorbitant, huge fines that you can't pay, or give you time frames that you can't deal with. You know, no matter what's going on in your life, we don't care.
Carry on for a minute. I'm going to be right back. I can still hear you. I just got to make
It's a sad scenario when you there's no alternative to this system either. You can't just decide, okay, well, I'm just not going to bother with it. I'm going to put an engine on a bike. I went fucking 4 miles and I got fucking pulled over immediately. You know, it doesn't take much to, I did things when I was a kid in the city because the city was so hustle bustle, and did things in the city that I got pulled over and stopped for. And that was in the 80s. It's not like there's alternatives to things. So it's not like you can just say, oh, well, I'll just go ride a bicycle 400 miles, it's
Well, they got e-bikes now, but
yeah, but there's no place to plug them in where you're going to play. You can't stop, and you can't camp, and you can't sleep, and you can't rest, and you can't this. I mean, it's ridiculous. They just put more shit on it. It's to keep you in your little zone and just don't don't go out of it. Like they say, the 15-minute city. Yeah, that's kind of the direction it's going. Where everybody's world's getting really, really small, and that's all.
Of course it is. That's what I mentioned somewhere else, that around where I live, even I've noticed a lot that like more and more the driving roads are getting narrower and narrower, and they're putting bigger bike paths, and now they're extending sidewalks. I mean, I'm for health, but this is all under the guise of it, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like, we just want, more people healthy out walking and stuff.
Well,
but it's like you're giving people less of a choice to drive anywhere.
Yeah.
And
Well,
giving them, the option is, you can conveniently get to the store. You can go here, you can go there, and then be back at home in 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, I don't need a car to do anything that I need to do or go anywhere I need to go, because everything is pretty close to me. So I could junk my car, and I could very easily, go buy an e-bike and go do all that stuff. I've got one. I go down the store with it. It's only like 5 miles away, so it's no big deal. It never runs out. I could just floor it the whole way. It's all back roads. It's no big deal. But I mean, doing it in the city, you're putting your life in danger. Those city streets, most of them are one way, and everybody drives like animals. They're all on the phone. You know what I mean? It's different when you're in a city compared to being but even out here, I rode my 2-stroke race bike that I used to have years ago. I rode it from down the end of the street. I rode it about 4 miles up the road on all these back farm roads in the middle of nowhere with no plate. And it was like I killed somebody. Their response was, ridiculous. I said, I'm just taking out, it wasn't my nephew's bike. I lied, of course. But, I was like, I'm just taking my nephew's bike out of tune the carburetor, and I got to hear the cob, And he was like, well, somebody called about the noise, He come over and looking at the bike. So, your registration on this? The whole 900-yard thing. And I said, well, listen, I put my wallet on my, on my toolbox as I was working on it. I said, if you just want to follow me 4 miles. I just kept going and going and going and going. And I rode it right into the driveway, and I pulled him into another town. Because we were in the next town. He said, I thought he was just down the road up here. I was like, yeah, just down here, man. I said, here's my license. Do what you got to do, But I mean, it was like he acted like I was killing somebody by riding a stupid 2-stroke bike, 4 or 5 miles. But I mean, 4 or 5 miles, not on a highway.
Didn't have anything better to do.
Yeah. It was just somebody some old bad complaint because it sounded like a chainsaw and it was real loud. And it went by twice, and that was enough to spawn somebody to just call the cops on someone. It's like, holy shit, huh? Right, for 5 seconds in your life that you had to hear something loud, that was enough. It's just like, trust me, I've tried to think about every way you could possibly live, like living on a boat, living in your car, living in a camper, living underground, every kind of concept you could come up with, and there's no way of getting around anything. Almost everything you think that you can do is illegal.
Yeah, I know they got it all sewed up.
Yeah, and so I mean, there isn't really there's no trick out of it.
In Alaska somewhere, if you can deal with all the bears and stuff.
Yeah, you would literally have to be out into the places where where you'd be putting your life in danger. I mean, even a boat.
I'll be honest, I've been thinking about it. I don't want to get away from this place. That's for sure.
No doubt. So I guess Ghislaine Maxwell, and classified testimony leaked by white hat operatives. There we go with that. She exposed the real purpose of Epstein Island, not just a hub for trafficking, but a full-scale deep state cloning facility run by Bill Gates, backed by CIA, Mossad, and globalist billionaires. Let's see what that's about.
Didn't he have tunnels underneath that thing that was filled?
Yeah, they destroyed them. They immediately destroyed them and filled them in, from what I understand, too.
Class that you can't even go into space to avoid jurisdiction.
I don't know if this.
Oh yeah, I saw real quick. Somebody on the comment section brought something up interesting too. Frank Noble said England is Britain's are waking up now. It said the window shifted a bunch, and yeah. So this past week, the people running Britain, England, UK, whatever you want to call it, they're now trying to push getting 16-year-olds to vote.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with Brexit.
Oh well, that's why that guy was in there. They brought that guy in there. The guy before him to kill Brexit, and they just reversed everything on Brexit that Nigel Farage did. I mean, you knew that they were going to do that, so they brought that guy in to be the hatchet man to take the blame for it, and then he conveniently slips away, and now they bring in the new dope. That's all.
God. Oh, look at this. Here's what they're pushing to. China is now building small, affordable homes that you can buy at Walmart in the USA.
Yeah.
Buy an acre of land with some friends and put a few of these on there. Nothing says stability like owning your own home with no loans.
Yeah, just $30,000 a year in property taxes.
Yeah, that's where they.
yeah. That shows you sure are owning something.
Let's see how nice these are.
妈呀，好大雨啊，身都湿了。鞋子进水了，哇，吓我一跳！幸好我这房子装了避雷装置。小杜，你说，我要洗澡啦。好的。啊，舒服。还是待在家里看电影最舒服。
What'd that say? It's most comfortable to do what? It's most comfortable to stay at home and watch a movie. Okay.
That's what they want you to do.
I don't know. It looks pretty nice, man.
How much cheaper could that thing actually even be?
Well, just a giant plastic shell. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. There's no details on it, though.
Come over to my dog carrier.
You can get him at
Exactly.
Walmart. Yeah, to my dog carrier. It's my pet carrier over here.
Welcome to your human carrier that the freaking arm can just come down and go brrr, pick you up like you're living in a toolbox.
Oh, here's another one. They got welcome to the spectacular treehouse. I can see this would be a wonderful thing to live in.
There you go. Get up above everyone. Get away.
The tree sway would drive me crazy if that thing was swaying.
Welcome to
treehouse.
Norway's most spectacular tree houses. Covered with 18,000 wooden tiles, it's designed to blend in harmony with nature. The tree houses are located in Odda, Norway. The newest addition, Mountaintop Treehouse, boasts a handcrafted wooden bathtub and a bed that is lowered from the ceiling by the touch of a button. All tree houses are equipped with a small kitchen, bathroom, flushing toilets, linen, and Wi-Fi. So once you've made it up the hike, there's only one thing left to do, is relax. Welcome to Woodnest.
There you go. That's all you got to do.
Have you noticed the trend with these last two things? They
Yeah, they're out in the middle of
they ain't
nowhere.
living with anybody.
Yeah.
Could you
Don't have
imagine
three
having a
kids.
family or somebody else to live with in a little box like that? You'd start to freaking have a boxing match after a while.
Oh, Ryan just said that gay McToon is a follower of his on Facebook or something too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to live in a treehouse. I think the snow kind of turns me off. I'm not a snow person at all. I don't like
more like
snow.
a birdhouse than a treehouse.
Never liked fucking snow. None of it. I don't mind a treehouse. We had tree houses when I was a kid that we made.
Yeah, I am too.
We had one that was there for years, man. It was up there for like 20 years before anybody tore it down. It was real sturdy. Perfect tree for it, too, back in the woods. A little difficult to get through, so we had to build a bridge. But, hey.
I like the snow. I just don't like the cold, the blistering cold. But I'm a little different when it comes to that.
I don't mind the snow. It's nice for a little while, but the problem is that when it comes down and you wake up and there's 3 feet of it.
Yeah, 30 foot of snow.
That's when you're like, oh, fucking snow. I would just keep walking up to it, up to my hip. But then, how do you get your car out of the driveway? Going places sucks. Working in it sucks. I did that for freaking 16 years.
I don't like working in this.
Total hell.
So I'm gonna have to find a winter job because I know I don't want to be outside.
Can't use gloves to work.
Unless we got inside work, I ain't really interested in being out in the fucking cold.
I'll stand on the side of the road, and do snow removal. Or, go work on buildings. It's great in the snow.
Instapot. What's that, like weed? You just like add
That's
water.
one of those cooker things. They're like pressure cookers.
Yeah. It's like to make ramen or.
Oh, that was some kind of new weed, man.
Funny enough, he called that Instapot, which is the way I always remember it, but they're actually called instant pots.
Instant pot?
Yeah, I have one right over there. I can go get it.
Isn't it like a pressure cooker kind of thing?
Yeah, basically. Here, I'll go grab it.
All these newfangled devices and shit there now.
We could just be simple and wear hats like that. Go back to the old
Those
days.
hats, yeah. This is what goes on in the tunnels, but you know what goes on in the woods.
Well, you see those hats in the woods, you better run.
You better. They're getting ready to have some matzah, specially cooked up for you. I mean, from you.
One of these silly ass things.
Yeah, let me grab that thing.
You can cook rice and crap in them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like a pressure cooker saw, but like an electric pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Instead of the old one that would sit there and the old one with the middle glass piece would fly around and blow the steam off.
That little Tinker Toy looking thing.
Do you remember the coffee pots that you just put on the stove and it
percolator?
Had the percolator.
But I
style?
actually use this one more. My old school.
Yeah.
My
sure.
Yeah, old school style with the
one.
relief.
I've got a real old school one with
got the
little
little timer on it.
Yeah, I got one with one that's got those little Tinker Toy. It looks like a Tinker Toy with the number for how much PSI.
Wait.
You put it on this little thing. I remember one time I knocked that off the pressure cooker. My mom was cooking a pot roast in. And wow, you want to see what a pressure differential will do real quick to a pot roast. That's really fucking amazing that meat can shoot out through that little hole. I got in trouble like a motherfucker over that shit. But yeah, that was an experience.
I think I still have one. I think I still have one of those percolated coffee makers around here. I think I got one from an old one that was my father's.
Well, I had somebody pop into. We used to brag that we had everything at that hardware store in Lone Pine, California. A guy came in there. He says, "I know something you probably don't have." And I said, "What's that?" And he goes, "One of those little glass knobs that goes on top of a percolator that the coffee goes up into, so you can tell it's done." I says, "Hang on a minute." Took him around the corner. Sure as hell, we had some sitting there. Now they've probably been there since the 70s, but we had them. We certainly had them.
Made the coffee really good too. I had the press one once, hanging out with this girl I knew a long time ago. Her mother had fancy stuff, and she had this coffee press. Where you put the stuff in it and then you push the arm down. Yeah, and that was really good too. But nothing beats like that percolated coffee style.
That smell, even the sound. That sound, you'd know by the sound. It'd start going blip 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 like that. It's like, it's done by now.
Not too long ago, we were doing some stuff in the garage. My father had this habit of like the old ways where they would take like baby food jars or coffee cans and put screws in them or nails or something. So I go going through a bunch of stuff and I see this can and it's brown. So I don't think nothing of it. When I go to turn it around, it was Brim coffee.
Oh my word!
Can was like from the 60s.
Yeah, man. Fill it to the rim with Brim.
Yeah,
I remember that shit. Well, you guys know what happens in the tunnels. Let's see what happens.
I don't know, but I've heard.
You're not supposed to make fire over here. Let me call the cops.
What in the Muncie boyology is going on over here? This man just found a pack of Muncie boys in the woods in the New Square sector of Muncie land, burning a deer on a pallet, yo. Literally an entire deer, yo. I cannot make this up. This man seen smoke coming from the back of his house, went back there and literally seen a mob of Muncie boys burning a deer on top of a pallet that you would see in a warehouse, my nigga. The deer had sticks going throughout its whole body, through its stomach, through its eyes. What in the New Squarian ritual is going on back here? So this is why you guys want to own all the property in Muncie land? To cook venison in the woods, in the backyard. What in the Muncie land barbecue is going on for real, y'all? My Muncie boys got to explain this to me, man. I had no idea what to make of this. This makes no sense to me. Somebody got to explain this to me, y'all, immediately. When he came up to y'all and asked y'all what's going on here, y'all didn't say nothing. But y'all got some explaining to do, because you're not about to tell me you just found a deer on top of some warehouse equipment, already with sticks throughout his body, already on fire, and you just decided to crowd around it and do some type of Muncie boy kumbaya. I don't know what's going on. You explain to me, all right?
Look at them all just mill around like we know nothing.
It's a wacky shit.
There's fuck, man. I don't even know what to make of them, man.
The Blair Jew Project.
It's
Don't
crazy,
fall
man.
asleep.
It's crazy. I mean, and people just want to overlook it because they're so conditioned, but not anymore. Not anymore.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, people are just sick of their fucking bullshit. It's got to the point now somebody gets called an anti-Semite, so what?
Did you see today that they were talking about how they're taking over? They're going to take over Gaza City?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, oh, that wasn't the plan all along. Huh?
Yeah, no shit.
Just
What a
today
surprise.
you found out, huh?
Yeah, what a surprise.
Their military commander said they don't have the fucking manpower to do it. He refused it.
Who, the IDF?
Yeah.
Really?
Hell, they've had the ones with their dual citizenship have all flown back to Florida, bro. They can't do it. The only way they could do it is with us, with the U.S. So let's see if the Golden Dawn is going to commit U.S. troops to that fucking sandbox for those fuckers.
Probably already did.
I just assumed that it was already happening.
Yeah, it was probably already happening. I mean, look at how many people they caught in Ukraine.
I know quite a few people's kids who are actually over there now.
Did you see what they did at the ports in Italy?
No.
They refused to fucking offload and load any fucking weapons that were going to Israel.
Oh, let's look that up.
Yeah, man. And I just saw about that today, something about that. And I was like, hell yeah. And they're well within their right to do it by their laws. Okay, so here's Virginia Dufresne, also known as Virginia Roberts, one of the more famous of the Epstein saga characters. And this is supposedly her dead man switch, saying that she has been murdered.
They got me. My dead man switch activated automatically after I missed 2 scheduled check-ins. I had it set up months ago because I knew this day was coming. I did not die by accident. I was murdered to keep their secrets buried. My name is Virginia Louise Dufresne. I was one of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. I survived Little St. James, but survival came at a price. I saw too much, knew too much, and now they've silenced me. But it's too late for them. They thought killing me would bury their secrets, but this video is going to a few organizations I trust, ones that have been exposing the truth for decades. You know who you are. It's your job to continue this fight. I was 16 when they reeled me in. I worked at Mar-a-Lago, folding towels, cleaning lockers. My father kept the tennis courts immaculate. We were just working folks trying to scrape by. Trump, he was around, but he was never the threat. The real predator was Ghislaine Maxwell, prim and proper, smiling, promising to teach me massage therapy at the Pink Mansion in Palm Beach. I had no idea I was being fed into a nightmare machine. Epstein's Island was hell disguised as paradise. You've heard some names linked to him, but those are just the sacrificial pawns. The real players, the ones they've protected at all costs, are still hiding in plain sight. I'll name two now. The first, a former US president, Barack Obama. Publicly, he's revered. Privately, he was one of the worst. He wasn't there for the girls. He was there for the island boys. Young boys, trafficked and groomed. I saw him more times than I can count, always without his Secret Service detail, sometimes with his Hollywood friends, George Clooney and Tom Hanks. I still have nightmares about them, arrogant and drunk on power, slinking into the cabanas with kids barely out of childhood. The second, Bill Gates, the billionaire philanthropist, loved by the media, hailed as a savior. We called him the benefactor, and we used to dread seeing him naked. But he didn't come to party. He came to experiment. Genetic experiments, human experiments. I saw him inject a young girl with something they said was a genetic enhancement. She was younger than me, strapped to a table, terrified, treated like a lab rat while they muttered about seeding the future of the species. These men think they are gods, playing with life like it was theirs to own. I'm telling you now, Epstein isn't dead. They staged his death because he was too valuable. He held blackmail on some of the most powerful people on earth. Files, videos, confessions. They couldn't risk him talking, but they also couldn't risk him gone, so they hid him. Stashed him under the protection of the same elite who once paid him to supply them with flesh. And they thought killing me would stop this from coming out. They were wrong, and there is so much more to come. Hidden servers, encrypted drives, witness testimonies. It's all going to hit the light. This video is just the first detonation. The data drops are timed and automatic. They are going to people who can make a difference, and nobody can stop it now. Not even the law enforcement agencies in the US and UK, the same ones that buried the evidence I handed them, can stop this truth from getting out. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Don't let my death be just another headline. Burn their lies to the ground. Make the world see the monsters behind the masks. And to any survivors out there, don't give up. We're in this together.
Wow.
Wow. I'd heard that shit, though, before, too.
So I threw 3 links down there for you on what you were talking about, the arms exports.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I found another link that shows you by country which countries have stopped it also. There's more than just one.
Well, they're trying to make it here in the States, or they made it so that Trump said that if you get, if you're a state that boycotts Israel, then you don't get to any federal aid and shit.
You know,
go ahead.
What are the odds? You know, I mean, none of these people are going to go down for any of this. But even if they did, let's say, like, what do you think the odds are that all of a sudden it's like, Trump had a heart attack the other day? It's like, oh, right, convenient. All these people just started kicking the bucket when something actually happened.
Yeah.
Well, I think the startling realization that people need to understand is, look, all these blackmailable and compromised pieces of shit perverts that we have in our government are there controlled by a foreign entity called Israel, which is nothing more than a glorification of the Jewish mafia. Okay? That's what is going on. And people need to fucking realize that. If you got to vote and go to the polls, you really think you're cutting a hog in the ass when you do that? Well, here, just do me a favor. Do the research and don't vote for anyone who's received AIPAC money. Anybody that says, I stand with Israel, kick them right in the nuts and forget about them. That's just the reality of it. And you'll find that you won't have anybody to fucking vote for. They have control. And there is no political solution to this.
The one underneath that link, the one that's underneath the Newsweek link, shows you by country what countries did it.
But here, Italy's suspension of arms exports to Israel consistent with its constitution obligations. According to Italian law, arms exports banned to countries that wage war violate international human rights. The Italian government's decision to impose an arms embargo on Israel is consistent with its obligations and constitutional provisions, according to a military historian and commentator. I heard somebody else has pulled too. I think somebody else has pulled their shit too. Let me go to that bottom one.
Yeah, go to the second one from the bottom. Newsweek.
Second one from the bottom?
Yeah, the Newsweek one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead. Copy.
And that gives you an interactive map.
There we go. Oh, you suck one. Paste. Dun, dun, dun. Go there. Go there. There we go. Map of countries that have stopped weapons exports to Israel.
Yep, scroll down a little bit. Takes a second to load up. There it goes.
Okay. So now what do we got? Blue has no export. God damn your little pop-ups and shit. Fuck off. Just accept the cookies. Jesus Christ. Pink has suspended it. So this is down here. Bolivia, Colombia, Nicaragua, Cuba, Spain, Germany. Yeah, that's the one I heard of. That's just recent. Yeah. Germany. It's this little one here. Netherlands. Turkey. Ooh, that's a big arms dealer too. Iraq. Ooh. Oman. Oh, man. Libya. Oh, they're too busy selling slaves now. South Africa. Namibia. What's this here? Indonesia. And Malaysia. That's not nearly enough. What's a light blue? Partial suspension. So Canada has a partial suspension. So does Japan. But everybody else is down for it. Fuck those people, man.
I'm starting to notice a lot of firearms now coming from Turkey. Shotguns and handguns, a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies popping up now. Citadel, Urea is another one.
Yeah.
Drea is another one. There's a shotgun company that makes all hunting shotguns.
Yeah, I got a semi-automatic magazine-fed 12-gauge bullpup.
Oh, nice.
From Turkey. It's pretty. That thing's cool as hell. That thing is cool as hell.
I put a link in the chat. It's a little bit going back to what we were just talking about. I find it interesting that none of these elite people, whatever you want to call them, people never get caught. But it's funny how, the average sicko in America seems to get caught all the time. Like, they can pick them out of the crowd, but none of these people that they're untouchables, all these elites. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Here's one that burned the corporate fiction. He's been making these shorts.
Yeah.
This is he just sent me this.
Lowry was in the chat. He said hello, by the way.
Oh, I didn't see. I wasn't looking over here at the chat. I'm fucking really high right now. But I mean, just in a good way, just kind of like going with everything. I just haven't looked over here at the chat. There's Terry from Ironton Auditor is here as well. How you doing, buddy? I still got that $1. I won a $1 bet on him when he was here. There was this guy. I don't know if you've ever heard of Chili DeCastro.
Yeah,
but,
I remember Delete Laws.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy.
He was the one that sent it. He was the one that sent you porn or something.
Yeah. So this guy, he gay porn too. He had this readily available on his phone. That's what got me. So he did not like Terry at all, Ironton Auditor. And I says, watch. I said, I had my neighbor do a fake arrest on him, and I filmed it. Had his lights, his bubblegum lights going, everything, right? And I made this short video that said Terry'd been arrested. And I told Terry, I says, now watch. And I sent it like it was just urgent and it just happened, right? I just put it out there. Now, everybody seeing it believed that Terry actually got arrested. And I told Terry, I says, I'll bet you that before an hour is up, he will go live. As soon as he finds out about this, he will go live and he will fucking dance around about this. Enjoy. And so It wasn't even fucking 40 minutes. Boom, the dude went live. He's like, ha ha, he got arrested, la 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 la. And I'm showing it live on my stream. I'm going, oh man, look at this asshole. Look at, he's really happy that Terry's been arrested. I said, hey Terry, what do you think about that? Terry comes over and sits next to me. He goes, man, that's fucked up. And then we had to let everybody know that yes, we pulled a cruel and terrible joke. Because all his people actually thought he got arrested too, but we couldn't let the cat out of the bag. And the whole bet was over $1. I still got that $1 over here on the cabinet.
$1. What was the movie where they traded places?
Yeah, trading places.
$1. Oh, thank you.
And he reluctantly gave it to him like it was value, you know. I love that.
Your brother is ill. F him. Open it back up.
Let's see what Ryan's got going on here with this. I haven't watched this. He just sent it.
Slavery ended. They told you that you were free. But what if the truth is, the chains were simply made invisible? In the common law republic established by the founders, the people were sovereign. They held their estate, a allodial title to life, liberty, and property by birthright under God's law. Blackstone wrote, "This law of nature, being coeval with mankind and dictated by God himself, is superior in obligation to any other. Under this system, the state was servant, the people master. The papacy had perfected another model, a feudal trust system dating back to the papal bulls of the Middle Ages. Under it, the Pope claimed ownership of all souls and property as vicar of Christ, placing men as infants under the church's guardianship. The American Republic was a threat to papal and banker dominance. When Southern secession split the nation, Jesuit influence worked behind the scenes to ensure war, fracturing the Union and paving the way for federal consolidation. President Lincoln himself warned of the Jesuits' hostility toward the American experiment. In 1865, just days after ending the war, Lincoln was assassinated by a network linked directly to Catholic sympathizers. With Lincoln gone, the Reconstruction Congress under heavy banker influence passed the 14th Amendment in 1868. It created a new class of citizens of the United States, legal persons subject to the exclusive jurisdiction of Washington, D.C., not the sovereign people of the states. This was the infant trust status in action. You became the presumed trustee and chattel property of your own estate, managed under federal administration. Under trust law, infants cannot manage their own property. So, Congress assumed plenary power to regulate this new class. From then on, statutes and codes, rules of commerce, applied to you as chattel property. Your labor, land, and future were pledged to pay the debts of the United States Corporation, a system fully aligned with the Vatican's ancient feudal model. Today, the system is hidden behind birth registration, social security numbers, and licensing schemes. Each is a commercial instrument linking your living self to the person, a legal fiction owned and controlled by the state. The papal blueprint remains, but now the priests are bankers, bureaucrats, and algorithms. The people were never meant to be property, but the estate you inherited at birth has been seized, placed in trust for your protection. They call you an infant, but the truth is, you are the rightful heir. Learn more by searching Burn the Corporate Fiction on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and X. They told you slavery.
So that's really wild that we just brought up. Terry, you might want to be really interested in this too. We just brought up Chili de Castro, and I just got a text from, do you guys remember Art Acuto? I'm sure Terry does. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time, but he just sent me a message, said, hey man, Chili is suing Irish Demon, saying he was bombarded with gay porn during a live. Sound familiar? I'm like, no fucking way. We were just talking about that shit. God damn, man. These people, I don't even know where do they get them. Where do you find a Ryan Kruger / MC Toon? Where do you find these people? Where do you find a Fight the Fat Ass at? Where do you find that guy from? It's just, what the fuck, man?
If you ever strap for cash or need extra cash, consider robbing a sex offender, though, because their address is easy to find and they can't own guns. So
there you go. Yeah,
and I don't
wow.
think anybody would care anyway.
No, that's smart thinking and shit right there, man. That is. Yeah, it makes sense. It's just like the criminals go to a victim zone or a gun-free zone to take out their problems on other people. What in the fuck is this thing here? Oh my God. Yeah, listen to this. This guy is he's crazy. This motherfucker is crazy. Listen to him, man. American authority, indeed.
Mr. President, how do you know that the Palestinians don't want to leave their land? Some people say this is ethnic cleansing. You won't be able to force them to leave their land.
We're moving them to a beautiful location where they have new homes, where they can live safely, where they'll have doctors and medical and all of those things. And I think it's going to be great. Yeah, any questions?
You said before that the U.S. would buy Gaza, and today you just said we're not going to buy Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza. We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy. We will have Gaza.
What does that mean?
No reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it.
And Mr. President, take it under what authority? It is sovereign territory.
Under the U.S. authority.
The hell is that?
Under U.S. authority. Would you elaborate on that a little bit there, Mr. President? Jesus Christ.
The authority he gave himself to take it.
But Russia's the
This
one that's
guy.
But the Russia's the one that's encroaching on everybody, right?
Yeah. Well, this is the This is the mad conflict because when the Soviets went down to Cuba, we made a gigantic stink about the entire thing, and it almost started off a missile war. It started off all kinds of problems. But when we do it to somebody else and they react the same, then we're all offended and everybody's all angry and all these commies. It's like, wait a minute, you're doing the same fucking thing. What did you expect a different outcome?
All new numbers. Okay. So we're going to go now over to all new numbers.
He was showing those charts and he didn't even know what the fuck any of them meant. Nothing. He's just a human asshat. I want to know what kind of dope these fucking people are on. What now?
The one thing that I liked about charts, you remember Ross Perot? Ross Perot always had charts, remember, on TV?
Fucking guy was all the time
But
with his
he
charts
could
and
explain everything. He could tell you everything on that chart and completely understand it and make you understand it because he knew exactly.
See, the country is like a car. You have to get up underneath the hood and you have to check that dipstick to see if there's some oil. Get it in the oil, then you got to get that oil, get that engine running right. And that's what I'm here to do is get the engine of America running right. That's how you talk.
He almost got away with it.
Little wiry
He
guy.
split the vote so the Clintons could get in. That's all he did.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. And of course they come up with that whole thing about him getting his life threatened when he tried to rerun. Remember when he tried to rerun and they said that his family was threatened?
That's fentanyl right there.
Yeah, I saw this.
Is that what this shit is? I don't know what's
usually.
going on with these people. Look at them.
Yeah, it's Trank.
Oh, okay. So now we're into the 10th, August 10th, at least where I'm at. But something I forgot to bring up. In 1969, on August 9th, the Sharon Tate, Jay Sebring, Abigail Folger, I forget what the kid who was there to sell a clock radio to the guy that lived in the caretaker's house, him and Kafowski, or what was his name? Anyway, that's they were murdered by the
murderers.
Manson. And then the 10th was when the LaBianca murders took place. Not just this is the anniversary of that. Probably why I was seeing so many different videos about that shit too. But there's that's still got some unanswered questions about it. You know, some really suspicious. Did you know that the FBI questioned Jim Morrison over it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
He said, "This is the end."
Yeah, right.
Valuable friend, the end.
Yeah, he was already embroiled in his own problem, whipping his pecker out on stage, and having a lot of trouble for that. They had to cancel a lot of shows and shit because of court. Pretty bad news. Oh, because he got drunk.
Yeah, your head was in the ground, sis. You gonna be all right?
That's Kensington.
Jeez.
You sleeping? Just check on the wellness check. That's all. All right, thank you.
Oh, who the fuck would want to be like that?
Oh, you forget how shitty your life is for a little while. Till you wake up. So you just ruined the high. Why are you waking me up?
Look at that. It's just like.
You need help?
I like her socks.
What in the hell? They all like to bend over and stand there like that. And just, I've seen them where they're like just standing there like a fucking bent over statue and shit.
It's a good chiropractic commercial.
God, I mean, what the hell?
Fentanyl and animal tranquilizer.
Combined, jeez.
Yep. Yeah, so the high is
one alone's good enough, and then you go and combine them. Huh?
Well, yeah, that's, you know, it's, of course, it's probably cut with probably the nastiest shit ever. Those people, I saw some videos of people showing their legs and stuff where they're with their IV in that, and I mean, they got chunks of meat missing off their limbs, and they look like they're, you know, I've been there. I've been to that down underneath the train bridge where the train station is.
That's in Philly, right?
Yeah, it's Kensington.
Yeah.
And I used to transport vans right down the road from that to a car detailing place that had a storage yard in the back. It was an old building that they tore down, and the company I used to work for bought that empty lot and just put a fence around it, and they would use that as a transport spot. So we would bring stuff from the east, you know, from New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Delaware, and we would bring them to that lot and then drop them off, and then a big carrier truck would come by, and they would drive the cars off onto the carrier and then bring them further out.
Sell a little fucking dope while you're waiting for your trailer
Oh,
hookup.
fuck no. I asked the guy when I was getting ready to leave. He said, I said, I'm just going to go smoke a cigarette. I'm just going to maybe I'll go walk around the block. And he was like, buddy, you don't want to go walk around the block. He's like, so when I was getting ready to leave, he's like, all right, you want to know the fastest way out of here? I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. What's the quickest way to the highway?
Let me get the fuck out of here as quick as possible. No shit.
Trash everywhere. People just all over the place at all hours of the night and day. Cops everywhere. It stunk. I mean, it smelled bad. And I was there in the summer, and you could tell that they'd never cleaned those sewers out. So the sewers had that city summer smell. It was raunchy.
Here's two of our favorite people.
Hey,
Chunky Yogurt and Rabbi Shmuels.
Yeah, bro.
They're gonna have a big hug fest.
They're gonna love each other. Watch this.
Jews and Israelis across the world are now speaking out. What I was trying to say before the baboon interrupted me was that the top Holocaust historian in the country.
You're calling
Here we
Jews
go again.
monkeys and apes? Disgusting. How vile
Yeah,
are you?
you
Did
murder
call a
Muslims
Jew a
for
baboon?
fun. You don't get to
are
talk about
disgusting.
racism.
You are
You
just
murder
a
Palestinian
douche,
children for
anti-Semite
land.
to the
You're a
core. If I was
disgusting
black, would you call me a
genocidal pig.
baboon?
So you don't get to
How
talk
do we
about
have- how do we
racism
have a
and
man who is
anti-Semitism.
so
Oh, poor little
low? Do you
victim.
call me a
And by the way, I got
baboon?
what, 5 seconds in
Disgusting,
before the
vile.
baboon
You
interrupted
named
me?
Rabbi, allow Jane to answer. allow Cenk to answer,
You
please.
called me a baboon. You're just
please go, Cenk.
just an embarrassment.
Soon he'll be throwing feces onto the screen.
You're an embarrassment.
Okay.
You're just an
Please
embarrassment.
continue,
You call
Cenk.
Jews apes?
Please, Rabbi, you'll get your time to respond. You'll get your time to respond, Rabbi.
This is unacceptable. You will not call Jews monkeys and apes. You are a
Really,
disgusting,
called you
vile
one.
Jew hater to your core. I've never met
I
anyone
don't
like
care
you. The
what
fact
you
that you're
think.
put on
You're a
anyone's air is
genocidal
grotesque.
freak.
Jews are apes. Disgusting.
what does the
He hasn't
what
responded
does
to
the
a
Nazi
single
think
thing.
of my
Hamas
language?
killed
I'm
all
so
of those
concerned. What
Palestinians
does
who
the
came for
murderer of
food. He
children
cannot
think of
name
my
one
language?
place.
Oh, the problem is my language. The problem
Baboon.
isn't that you're
See,
murdering
Jews-
Palestinian
Jews are
children.
apes. I got it. Go ahead. You said Jews are
No,
apes.
they're
Go ahead.
not.
Keep on going,
I'm just
Cenk.
defending Jews. I was just defending Jews when you interrupted like a
Then you call this
baboon.
Jew an
I'm not
ape?
talking about Jews. I'm talking about you who
Disgusting.
can't shut up
You
and
are a
throw your
rancid
verbal diarrhea
hater.
at us
You are a
24/7.
rancid hater who is so
Yeah.
absolutely a
Everybody
walking
hates the Jews. That's your
ignoramus.
excuse for murdering Muslims.
You don't know
It's
anything.
a
That's
sick,
what bothers me.
sick
What bothers me is that you
genocidal
don't know
excuse.
history. Genocidal,
There's
your
hey,
show
brother,
is
there's no
named
point to this
after people who
conversation.
killed 3 million
There's no
people.
point to
Got
this
it?
conversation.
Your show is
The
called
idiot won't
Young
shut
Turks
up.
who killed 3
This is
million
this is the only
idiots.
thing Israelis
You can't
have.
stop.
Just talking
You
over
can't
people.
stop the ad
Because they're
hominem.
such
You can't
grotesque
stop
liars
the
and
ad
murderers.
hominem.
Okay, please, Rabbi, I'd like to ask you a question. I'd like to ask you a question, Rabbi.
I didn't get to answer.
Your neck
No, I didn't get to
bulging as
answer.
your hatred of
Baboon
Jews
won't
is
let me
Okay.
talk. He even looks like one.
Rabbi Shmuley,
I
please
look like
allow
a
Cenk.
baboon.
Please allow
You
Cenk to
believe
finish.
what we're listening to. I will never use an ad.
You know, somebody ought to just bitch slap that little motherfucker.
They're both crap.
You know, I mean, for real, this guy. You're calling Jews baboons? No, he never did
No,
that.
just
He's
you.
going to make it into an issue and keep saying it as though that was what was said, and it's not.
He thinks he's got a gimme, so he's just going to ride that thing to glory.
So that's why I say somebody should just bitch slap the fuck out.
He's a degenerate dildo salesman anyway.
Yeah, right here. There's a free butt plug with.
Yeah, he should be asking about fluidity. That's what I should be doing. He should be saying, "Hey, Shmuley, tell us about fluidity."
He says, "Hey, look, it's a dreidel and a butt plug."
Commented attack against how he looks ever because I have dignity. I'm a human being. This man.
Please allow him to finish.
says that
Day
Jews-
one.
Jews
You'll
look
never
like
use an
monkeys,
ad
Jews
hominem
smell like
attack.
monkeys,
All the
Jews
Israelis
think
have
it's
is ad
big.
hominem attacks.
No wonder. By the way,
Oh,
now
hey,
you know
watch
why
us starve
children
children to
no
death.
issue.
You called
It's
me
Mangala.
something.
Now
You said I'm starving children. How can you say I'm right? That's all this baboon has.
Now you know why he has no issue with Mengele experimenting on Jews because for him Jews are apes.
I hate
to be
the
experimented
Nazis.
on laboratories.
I would have
He said
fought
that
like
I
hell
am
to
a
save
monkey,
Jews
I'm
from
a
the
baboon.
Holocaust.
You can
If you were a
experiment on
German,
me.
you
I
would have
look like- I
cheerleaded and
look
said,
like-
"No,
look
if
like
they're
you-
lying about Hitler." That's what you
Jews
would have
are-
said
are
if you were a
baboons.
German, because that's what
You
you're
have
saying
no
now in defending the
self-respect.
genocide
The fact
and
that
murder
you
of
have
Palestinian
any
children.
credibility. I'm not going to take your insults, your ad hominem ignorant.
get the
You
hell
didn't
off
even answer
there.
a question
Then
that I
shut
raised.
up and
Well, you
leave.
are-
Allow Cenk to finish, Rabbi. Allow Cenk.
He's a man of God. He's a rabbi. He sells dildos with religious symbols.
Cenk Hugo one time said he doesn't have any problems giving BJ's animals.
Good God.
He's out of his mind too. That's why I say that both of them are shit. They should just meet in a parking lot and duke it out and let's see who wins.
Wouldn't be
watch
much.
that. It'd be like hitting each other with a dead fish.
Turn into a
Whoa.
love fest.
This
Start
is
hugging
it.
each other.
This shit, they're talking a lot with this guy, this Michael Wolff. You familiar with him? He's the guy that he was Trump's biographer. And
Wow.
he was writing a biography on Epstein as well.
Did he fall off?
Oh,
A building?
Forgot. his
Not
name.
yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
He looks like Alan
I
Dershowitz'
urged
brother.
Epstein.
What is it?
He looks like Alan Dershowitz's bald brother.
Yeah, he might be of the tribe. Possible.
I urged Epstein. I said, you should release these pictures. I mean, if for no other reason, I mean, and Epstein was already in trouble and already a figure which people were, he was already demonized. I said, maybe this will even help you. You can be on the side of right here. And I remember Epstein said, again, chilling at the time, he said, I may be a pervert, but I'm not crazy. And then he said, Trump is a man without any scruples. Chill went up my back then.
He's afraid of what Trump might do to him. I don't know. What do you think, man? What's your thoughts on what's the deal with this guy?
Join us next week on As the World Turns.
I'm serious, man.
See, this is the thing that we were talking about last time, is how you can never focus on anything too long before something new comes out to screw up everything you're thinking.
Oh, there's all kinds of shit. There's this, it's like I got these compartments in my head with all these different things going on, and it's sort of like, okay, what? Trump goes to war with cartels, land, air, and sea straight.
Yeah,
I saw that comment too, Cubby. It's no big deal.
I just thought it was.
I agree. I agree with what Schenk was saying, but he said a lot of shit in the past that was really shady shit. Like, I can agree with what he was saying for the moment, but as a person, he's not much.
Yeah, he's shown some pretty wackadoodle Marxist views.
No, I'm not attacking him because of that. I'm simply saying that Schenk in the past has said some really fucking insane shit. Like some really insane shit that I was just like, okay.
I just thought it was goofy. She called you Boston head.
hey, I could you. Wicked pisser. Star Wars.
What? America introduced a bill to pay for the health care of soldiers who serve in the IDF?
Okay, might as well. Why not? Right?
Listen, I am so fucking sick of that little goddamn despotic country. I could just about puke. Every time I turn around, it's something to do with them, and it's like, I started noticing this a long time ago, probably 15 years ago. I'd be watching Alex Jones and he kept talking about the globalists. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how are you coming up with globalists? And everywhere I find it's fucking Jews. Well, globalist was like the international Jew. That's exactly what he was saying without actually saying it.
The New World Order.
Yeah, and he turns it around and calls it like the Chi Coms and shit. Listen, the reason China doesn't like us, the reason North Korea doesn't like us, it's because we're colonizers. That's why. It's because we're colonizers, as was exemplified by Trump, that we're just going to take it with American authority. Where the fuck does that come from? The barrel of a gun. That's called theft. That's called robbery. It's illegal under international law. Why is nobody calling this out?
Well, like that thing you showed earlier with that guy who'd pretty much vote, no matter what Trump did or said. It's like when he's supposed to be America first, right? Where is this America first thing at? It's like anything but. When is this America first going to show up? No matter who says it, I'd like to see that, because we seem to put everybody first before America. It's like this country is suffering its own problems, and yet here we are. We're trying to run around and fix the rest of the earth's problems.
Yeah, I know.
That's normal, because America is owned by Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But you got to be careful what you say. They were just cooking venison on that pallet. You're all wrong, Janusz.
Oh, listen to this dumb shit. Okay, here's what Trump's been doing here.
That deer fell on those sticks. How dare you?
Mr. Painter fucked up. He didn't finish.
Oh. Go ahead.
I was saying that Mr. Painter fucked up. He didn't finish.
Oh. This thing here says federal judge can no longer block Trump nationwide. Before, one liberal judge in California could stop Trump's policies for all 50 states. Now that judge's ruling only affects their local district. He called it a victory for the Constitution.
They did some 9/0 thing yesterday. I didn't really read about it though, but I guess it had something to do with if they pull you over and having firearms on you.
Yeah, this is. I don't like where this guy's going with this shit. Not a bit. Stu Peters don't like it either.
All this ever is, they just want to create teams for us to fight against each other. It's like, and never go after them.
That's exactly right.
They just want.
Yeah,
us
it's
to
division.
What's that? Yeah. Division. Yeah.
Division. If they can keep you apart and keep you bickering and bitching, then you pay less attention to them.
They're doing a very good job of it. It appears.
Yeah, I ran across this cartoon today, and it had this. I think I got it on Facebook. I'll see if I can find it here.
But it's like every single thing is like, I'm on this team or I'm on that team. Like every subject, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. It's like you're either this way, and people always want to know where you fall. It's like, how about we start going after the people that create these teams or create these divisions amongst us? They're the true problem that we have, but we just seem to just want to fight each other and nothing gets solved.
Had this king, I can't find it now, but it had this king that he was on the top of this parapet, and he's got a guy there standing next to him, and out there's all these angry townspeople with pitchforks and torches. And the guy's looking at the king, and he says, "You don't have to fight them. All you have to do is convince the pitchfork people that the torch people want to take their pitchforks." And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what they do with all these different things: black, white, liberal, conservative, blah, 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 whatever it is. Keep us all fucking arguing down here. We don't really realize who the actual enemy is. And now people are starting to see that, because there's more and more people coming to the realization that it don't matter. They're all on the fucking take. They're all a problem. And that's what it takes right there, is people to realize that first and foremost.
I think a lot of the AI does that too, because it's like I said, it's everything. They introduce this stuff. It's like, are you a dog person or a cat person? Are you like, do you like this color? Do you like that color? It's like you always got to fall on one side or the other. It's like, no, I don't. It's like I can find the good and a little bit of everything if I want. But yeah, it's wild.
Look at this. This is how much America means.
You think you have a president. You think you vote for a leader. You are a fool. The man in that White House is a puppet, a ventriloquist dummy sitting on the lap of his master. And you are the ones paying for the show. Who is his master? Who pulls the strings? It is the Zionist, the so-called friend, the so-called ally, who has reached his parasitic hand across the ocean and has seized control of the government of the United States. They have bought the Congress, they have bought the Senate, and they have bought and paid for the man you call president. They have their foot on your neck, and they are using your own government to press down. They take your tax dollar, your money for your schools, your hospitals, your streets, and they ship it by the billions to arm a racist apartheid state that is committing genocide this very minute. They send your sons and your daughters to die in their desert wars. Wars for oil and for Israel, not for you. They send your child home in a box and wave your flag in your face while they cash the check. This is the sickness of America. You are a colony. You are a slave to a foreign power. And the man you elected to protect you is nothing but the house Negro, smiling and dancing while his Zionist master robs the house blind. He will talk about Russia. He will talk about China. But he will not dare speak the name of his owner. He will not dare bite the hand that feeds him millions in campaign donations. Democrat, Republican, it's the same puppet with a different suit. Two heads of the same snake. Two wings of the same vulture. They are playing a game with you, a giant con game to keep you distracted while your country is sold, your wealth is drained, and your children are sacrificed on the altar of Zionism. So I don't come to you today to tell you to vote. I come to you to tell you to wake up. See the puppet for what he is. See the strings.
Janos, would you like the link for that?
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is that Stu Peters, he claims that he hates Jews, but he's sponsored by Jews.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
you can't really get away from them.
no, but he's friends with them, unfortunately. So from my perspective, he's controlled the position.
I think I can go with, you know, there's Jews that are Jews, and then there's Zionists.
Yeah,
Which
I agree. But unfortunately, I don't know one Jew who is not following Talmud, because all of them they follow it, and it's Luciferian shit. Yeah. So if they follow Talmud, it means it doesn't matter if they follow Talmud or they support genocide in Gaza. Doesn't matter. One of those. They are Luciferian shit. So I don't appreciate them. And I don't believe in a phrase, a Messianic Jew. Such thing does not exist. Because if he would be Messianic Jew, he become Christian. It's oxymoron. Such thing doesn't exist.
We're here. Shots are ringing out in Washington, D.C.'s Navy Yard, less than 1 mile from the Capitol building. Over 100 black teens have taken over the park, terrorizing the neighborhood. FBI and DHS responding. Now, I guarantee you this was set up because he was already talking the other day. Oh, the crime in the city is really bad. I'm going to federalize Washington, D.C.
Federalize D.C.
And so then they pull this fucking bullshit to give him an excuse. Guarantee it.
And then there was that supposed little story with, I guess, the kid that worked for Doge or whatever stopped a crime and got his ass kicked by a bunch of black teens.
Yeah, yeah. He'll start deporting black people next. He's already opened the door for that.
I'll deport all of us, black people.
Yeah, he'll deport everybody. I don't know where they'll deport my ass to. I'll have to go to about 50 different fucking places. Don't run, guys. There you go.
What is this, like cops? You got a cameraman with you?
Oh, there's a couple guns.
Yes.
Arrested someone. He's in the car behind me. Very quick response here by transit, metro, and some federal assets. So we're down here in Navy Yard, Washington, D.C. We're photographing and filming a large group that was in this park behind me. You can see some of the leftover trash. Close to 100 people were gathered here, and we heard shots fired. I believe it was more than one. It's hard to hear in the moment. We followed police. They arrested a suspect at this place, and they recovered a firearm as well. We have seen an unbelievable amount of assets being thrown at this. You have Metro, Transit, Capitol Police, and multiple federal officials. I've seen FBI, I've seen HSI, I've seen other kinds of park police in the area. They are throwing a massive amount for this specific incident here. It's very obvious that the city has taken a slightly different posture going forwards.
Someone shot Cyrus. It was the Warriors.
What? Got paintball gun?
Yeah, somebody shot Cyrus. It was the Warriors.
I mean, what actually happened there other than this? It just seemed like a stage scene. And then that guy was allowed to film there? Like he's the one that gets to report the story, huh?
I'm looking to see if there's any more on that.
Suppose there's another story that was run today earlier too, that somebody got shot in Times Square in New York. It was like 3 people or something. It's like, geez, that's like every day, isn't it? It's like the weird things that they pick and choose to be actual crime or whatever. It's like, dude, there's probably, I'm sure 3 people got shot where I'm at today. No doubt about it. It usually is a daily thing around here too. But that don't make the headline news, you know.
Right. Let's see. On Monday, a press conference will be held at the White House. This is Donald Trump said this. At the White House, which will essentially stop violent crime in Washington, D.C. It has become one of the most dangerous cities anywhere in the world. It will soon be one of the safest. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So what the fuck does that mean? Look, man, some of you are going to have to tell him that you just don't get to just do whatever the fuck you want. You know, don't they have police in DC?
Probably lots of them.
Well, and what the fuck is the problem? I mean, really, what is the problem? How is him taking control of it going to make it work any better than it does now? I don't understand.
Make it open carry everywhere.
That's what he ought to be everywhere.
Then everybody, you know, if you know more people are strapped, less crime's going to happen. It's kind of simple.
Straight. If you've got a high chance of getting your ass killed or paralyzed or, you know, just shot in general, you better be weighing out the fucking consequences of what you're about to do. You know, people ain't gonna stand for that shit. And
I know I do these days. I mean, it's, you know, crazy as I once was, and just go off the hook on someone because you never know if that person's strapped. You know.
Right. I mean, wow. It's a no-brainer, but that's the thing, because they're the ones that want to perpetrate most of the fucking crime on you. You know?
But at least I want to be in a fair fight, you know.
Wow. Yeah. What would make an artist create a photo like this 600 years ago?
Oh my God.
What the fuck is wrong with people? We can look at the guy, though. Notice the hat. Notice
got stocking cap on. Oh.
Notice the gnat. Notice the nose.
It's Rumpelstiltskin.
It is. And he's putting the rump in rumple, I'll tell you. Oh, man. I don't see any more on that shit.
You know from where the Muslims got the idea to marry young children? From the Jews.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. They got some pretty crazy shit that they think, man. Real double standards. Oh, no, what's this? This hospital was promised him 3,000 years ago. Oh, yeah, he got his legs blowed off. That sucks.
Lieutenant Dan?
Yeah, he's become one. Washington, D.C. Oh, wow, look at this. This is in downtown D.C., too. This went up 2 hours ago. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Yeah, we don't need that.
Better mute that.
That's probably all them cars that were responding to that shit. Huh. Well, we'll know more. Time comes along. Hopefully. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm going to get off here for a few minutes.
I heard it was a response to the McRib's return.
The Shamrock Shake.
Oh, here's how they treated Pat Buchanan because he said Capitol Hill is Israeli-occupied territory while challenging George Bush for the presidency because he wanted to push us into war. This is crazy. Don't take much to set them off.
Pat Buchanan ran for president like 10 times, too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Somebody ought to just grab him and stomp the fucking matzah right out of him.
They even need security.
Jesus Christ. Jewish shit.
Yeah, I mean, just
That was in the early 90s. It had to be.
Literal pushovers.
See, when was that? Yeah, because it wasn't George the First, George I, was it? Or was it W?
No, it was the senior Bush when that happened. So
That
yeah,
would've
the
been
end
in
of
the
it.
80s. That was in the
Probably the
80s.
Clinton, then early 1990s when Clinton ran, because it looks like 90s.
Well, he was. I think this is in the primaries
Well,
because
as I say,
Buchanan was a Republican as well.
Yeah.
So it had to have been in the 80s.
Do you remember Tom Tancredo?
No.
He was the guy that ran. He was he had like affiliations with the do you remember when they were sending down the Minutemen down to the border?
Yeah.
He was Tom Tancredo was the guy that was going down there and meeting all the people that showed up at RVs and shit when they're having all the problems down on the border. And I voted for him, in the primary, in the beginning stage. Of course, he didn't win. Of course, he didn't get to the other end of it. But I actually voted for him one time. And my friend saying, "Tom who?" I said, "Well, it's all anti-migration because Tom Tancredo wanted to do all the things that just recently happened, put a wall up and more, And I was like, "Yeah, this place is turning into another,
I dropped
Here's
two links.
What, Janusz?
I have dropped two links. First one is about the mass graves. Doctor exposes IDF, 53 seconds. And second one is Jake GTV. That's how the news should look like.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen. I'll pull the nose up in a second. Here's what not to do in a gun store.
Get down on the fucking ground! What is wrong with you? I just want to test it out.
It's a good way to get yourself shot. That is a really stupid thing
Yeah.
to do. You don't carry guns here, but if you do that in a gun store,
He's
Sounds
training to be
good.
a language.
that's okay. That doesn't matter. You don't do that stuff. That is dumb.
No, he's trained to be a cop. Bullshit. Huh? He's trained to be a police officer. I'm sorry.
You're in Bass Pro Shop.
If you're training to be a cop,
No, you're
that
right.
doesn't work out for you then.
Stupid fucker. All right.
They have rules at they have rules at some of those places when you walk in not to talk about certain things. It's like when you go to a dispensary and you start talking about weed at a dispensary, somebody will come over to you and say, "Hey, you need to cool out with that, or you gotta leave."
Remember when you used to have to go to and you're trying to buy a pipe and shit? And
Yeah, it was so covert, like
see one of those water pipes that are used for tobacco.
tobacco. It was so good. It was so like it was so we don't say anything kind of shit.
I know, right? Everybody knows what you're doing. Nobody's ever seen anybody ever smoke tobacco out of one of those fucking things ever. I've never done it, not for any reason other than I don't want to fuck up my bong.
Boy, the Marlboros are smooth.
Okay.
Can you imagine pulling tobacco smoke out of a bong?
My God.
Oh, God.
That'd be horrible.
You want to hear something funny?
My poor old lungs can barely take weed, man, much less cigarette.
Can I tell you something before you play this?
Yeah.
I bought a car a long time ago. My friend said, "Hey, I put something in the glove box for you." This is like 35 years ago. He says, I put something in the glove box for you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So, I get home and I'm like, oh, cool. It's a pipe and a little bit of hooch. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I take it, I put it in, I take a big rip out of it. And I'm like, holy shit, this tastes like crap. So when I talk to him, I'm like, he goes, hey, did you just try that? And I was like, yeah. I said, it tastes like crap. And he's like, well, how much water did you put in? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, you ripped that in the water pipe with no water in it. That's why it's so harsh. And I was like, put water where? What are you talking about? I didn't know you had to put water in it. That's how amateurish I was.
A rough pull.
Oh man, it was brutal.
Yeah, rough start too.
I was like, holy crap, this tastes like crap.
Hospitals have. It's a courtyard for people to relax in. It was turned into a mass grave by the Israelis. And people who witnessed people being buried in these graves told us a story which we're pursuing with the ICJ now, of him witnessing 2 children being pushed into the mass grave by Israeli soldiers with a bulldozer, and then their cries being muffled by the dirt that was poured upon them while they were being buried alive. And then when the bodies were excavated, the red and green shirts of these kids, whose hands were tied behind their backs, were found. And the that type of monstrousness.
God. That's
They're fucking evil. They're the worst scums of the earth.
I'm getting that second light. House of Maxwell. Oh, that's going to be a little bit long for tonight. I'm getting ready to get off here, Janos.
This one is only like 2 minutes.
This one is 13 minutes, 56 seconds.
Wait. Shit. Are we supposed
Expired.
Let me grab it again. Hold on.
I gotta make an Odyssey account.
Maybe it's freaking.
All right, wait a second. This is acting stupid. Hold on a
I
second.
think I still got one. I just don't remember what the password is.
Yeah, I think that's my problem too. I should probably.
I used to watch Brian Staley on there, and then
There we go. I don't know why this thing was acting stupid. Yeah, that's what I thought. You said it was a Jake TV thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
These are funny.
Jake TV. Have you heard about those innocent sand people?
I have. It's almost like we fund it with our tax dollars. Good thing they own the banks.
Right, Mr. Juberg?
Get your cameras off of me. I should sue you. Okay, fine. We rigged the system. Leave me alone.
I mean, it's just a totally normal thing that the Federal Reserve is owned by a private banking cartel. No big deal, right?
Right. We go to Shapirstein to learn more.
Thanks, Jen. If you're going to give anybody the middle finger, it would be these people. Look how sandy they are. They deserve nothing, and if you question this, it's antiseptic. Look at them, starving terrorists. They'll never know what it's like to be chosen. We're definitely not the synagogue of Satan. Wow, we're supposed to believe they're the good guys.
They are. Hold on. Breaking news. A hurricane, flood, and fire just broke out, taking the lives of thousands. We go live to John with the weather.
Just utter destruction.
We're tracking hurricane noticing, an artificial hurricane using satellite laser technology heading
Hurricane
straight to
noticing.
people refuse to sell their land.
We're standing on what's left of the second story here. BlackRock's been calling me all day trying to buy my property. You should have gotten climate insurance. BlackRock.
We're at Lockheed's energy testing range. Watch what happens next.
3, 2, firing.
It's all in the blue. We go live to John at Raytheon. We're here at Raytheon's atmospheric ionization lab in Arizona. What do you say we turn up the hurricane in California? You feeling that, Sarah?
Thanks, John. The direct energy weapons have caused unrelentless damage. I've lost feeling in both legs, and I'm pretty sure the Jews are trying to kill me. Help!
Madam Secretary, when are you going to fund search and rescue?
Well, that depends. Do they support Netanyahu? Next question. Better not be antiseptic.
Look, they gave me $1.2 million this year, all right? Every Congress member's on payroll, and don't tell anyone, but we fund Hamas, too. Wait, what was that last part?
So these people have banks, media, the war machine, big pharma. What else?
They've been banned from 109 countries for a reason, Jenny. Dennis, take it away. These people are rapidly losing control of the narrative.
Shut it down. Back to the Goislop.
Here they go again with their victim party.
Seriously, it's like Crimea River.
All the way to the sea, if you know what I mean. Anyway, Dennis wanted to share his latest finding. Take it away. Epstein is still alive. Anyway, if you're still not following Jake GTV, you're far from based and just overall retarded.
I like Jake TV.
He does a good job.
Right. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. I got to give him credit that on this X, they really, you know, by not getting all fucking jacked out of shape over that kind of shit, a lot of people have actually been able to really do some, you know, see the true picture of what's going on, you know?
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wow. And that's the thing. They lost control of the censorship. and I can't help but think that's on purpose.
Because the AI is collecting all your data and going to come back on you once they know that you've been putting all this info or all these posts and stuff out there. They're going to come back against you in a few years and be like, "You remember that Jake G TV post you used to put on your YouTube?"
Yeah, I didn't make it.
Right.
I just showed it.
It's for your social credit score.
This is that weird fucking pyramid they got, man. This is crazy shit right here. Who's this? Andrew. Who's Andrew?
Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, sir.
Well, I've got one question, and then I'm heading out. But
okay.
I was listening to the beginning of your stream, and that was right before we did my trivia on Space Odyssey. Anyways, you were showing that information about McToon saying that he was purposefully and maliciously creating false information to show to people.
Yeah.
And my question would be to him. I haven't spoken with him more than a couple of times on Discord, but
lucky you.
Yeah. Well, so I don't know if it was covered later on, but my question would be, well, what makes him think that someone else, NASA, hasn't just falsified a bunch of stuff as well?
Right.
That is so fucking illogical for him to even do that and admit to it, and NASA still hasn't admitted to it. So that's my question and my comment. And thank you very much. I gotta head out, Dave. That's my only thing.
If you want, real quick, down there in the private chat,
sure.
I have put the link to that webpage if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll
right there.
I will definitely peruse through that.
It's https McToon.gay.
Oh, I got it. But
gay.
Yeah, that's my question, because what he was saying was just completely illogical and didn't seem to cohere with anything that in a counter argument. So that's all I had, and I will be listening in the background, but for the time being, I've got to cook a very late dinner. So cheers, everyone.
All right.
What are you having? We're on our way.
Have a great night.
You too, buddy.
Good night. McTool is not the smartest tool in the box.
Not at all. But he is a
dipshit.
controllable one.
Yeah, he must be. Anyway, this is that weird thing. I saw something about this before.
Check this out. I think this is proof that the 200 fallen angels that were said to have followed Satan to rule Earth are still fully functioning and are here right now.
100% they are. I agree.
With this movie right here. We all remember this movie, don't we? Borat. Borat, who made everybody believe that Kazakhstan was a third world country, which is absolutely completely the opposite to the reality of Kazakhstan. Now, this place right here is actually the capital of Kazakhstan, called Astana, which is actually an anagram for Satan. You can spell Satan with Astana. Now, added to the fact that Borat is literally 233 on the Gematria Coding, which is obviously the 33% of the fallen angels that followed Satan to rule Earth, and then if you times it by 2, you've got 66. Then looky here. The capital of Kazakhstan is literally 233 as well. 33% of the fallen angels followed Satan to rule Earth. And let's not forget to mention, they've literally got a pyramid in the middle of Kazakhstan called the Palace of Peace, which is led for worldwide religious meetings. The type of religious meetings that have 200 immaculate seats at the top of this pyramid. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Borat was trying to hide something massive. Maybe the home of the 200 fallen angels that were said to follow Satan to rule Earth. But obviously this was just for entertainment, beautiful people, and I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
That is crazy that they have that, and that's, you would not think that Kazakhstan, you'd think of it as some kind of a goat herding type people, you know, dressed in rags and shit, walking around.
Have several videos on the channel related to the Astana and Kazakhstan. Yeah, it's pretty good depiction by the guys.
It's like Turkmenistan, all them. There's a lot of them crazy, like cities over there. They look like they're empty or whatever, but
there's a lot of stands.
At the running of the Jews.
Wow. Let me show you two more things here real quick. Well, I'll do it in this order then. Now, this is kind of refreshing to see. Students at Liberty University are going viral after the mainstream media censored this video of them celebrating Jesus. Check this out.
It's a good song, praise, yeah.
Look at how many young people there are. It's refreshing to see, especially at a college university. Look at them all. But a danger can arise from that fervor. And this is what I'm kind of talking about with that. This is...
Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just think they're meant to have babies. That's it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as a working journalist, and I'm a mom of 3.
Good for you.
Is that an issue for you?
No, it's not automatically an issue.
Josh and Amy Prince, along with their 4 kids, moved here from Washington State.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no, in the sense that we're both saved by grace. We're absolutely on equal footing, but we have very different purposes, God-given.
But do you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household.
Yes.
Yes, and I do submit to him.
So like moving here
was
ultimately
say that.
your decision.
Yes.
That's a great
example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors, Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter, agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if there's your wife doesn't want to vote for the same person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that. And I'd support it on the basis that the atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran himself, is unapologetic about his view that women shouldn't be in certain leadership or combat roles.
Looking at the leadership page for Christ Church, it's all men. Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Wilson is part of a broader Christian nationalist movement making inroads with the Trump administration, with a newly created faith office led by evangelical pastor Paula White Cain, and people seen right outside the White House entrance praying and speaking in tongues.
We are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word.
How precious! And now there's a monthly prayer service at the Pentagon, initiated by Hegseth, Wilson's highest level connection to the administration.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but it's the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part, Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're standing on the shoulders of a generation later, the Doug Wilsons and the others.
I don't know, man. In some ways I agree, but in other ways I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want.
Yeah. Women are too emotional in the matter of army and having this kind of power.
Yeah.
If you look into the businesses, unfortunately, a lot of them, they are much worse than men in a position of power.
Yeah.
So no, it's difference in a matter of approach, and being triggered. Men will came logically to the issue. Women emotionally.
But then you got that jacket. No, what about the guy we showed earlier, the Trump supporter? That guy would be the one casting the vote, right? He'd be the one deciding for his household pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. And he don't care if the dude's smoking crack with Hunter. He'd still vote for him and
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, see, so that's
be buying the crack.
That's why I say since many years, if I would ever support voting, you have to pass the exam by the providing information and answers to the basic knowledge correlated with how government works.
Listen, we got too many dumb people. We really do, and that's by design. It's by design. They want you dumb. They want you slow-witted.
Yes. Majority of society is stupid. Yeah. Look, if you check any group in the world, any group, majority of this group has intelligence below average or average. People with the intelligence higher than average in any group, an example, they are a minority. Always. It doesn't change. Never ever. So in practice, majority of society is more stupid than the most intelligent. That's it. Those people are voting and choosing my future.
How is intelligence like how do you judge intelligence or whatever? You know, I mean, there's book smarts.
I don't know this name in English. I think it's curveball or whatever it's called, and check distribution of the intelligence. So it's not done by me, by the.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't you. I'm just
to see your reasoning abilities, your ability to work on problems, the kind of thing they do to people when you get concussions. That's exactly what they do. They test your motor skills. They test your ability to think things through, so they can see if if it's degrading, if your systems are degrading your brain and the brain. When a lot of people that hockey fight is people that used to get in fights in hockey. They get that CTE. That's I've done that test because I have concussions, and they test your abilities. They want to see if your brain your function is depleting, if it's getting worse or it's getting, it never gets better, but they want to see if it starts to go down. They do these certain tests, kind of like they used to do with little kids, where you would take the blocks and put them in the circles, but it's more
That's more like cognitive decline, though.
I mean, I've often wanted to go to England, and see some of the culture and shit. And like here in front of Buckingham Palace, here's some British culture. Wouldn't that be something to see?
I don't even know what the hell is happening.
I don't either, man. I think that was the guy from Rush Hour, though. Wasn't it? Chris Tucker?
Definitely.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker?
Looks like him.
I drop link to the Astana. I have chosen the shortest. Like 3 minutes.
All right. Yeah, we can watch that, and then I got to cut this off. I got to pee real bad, too. We're going to do that, though. Hang on one second. Can we get this off?
I know what you're talking about, Cubby, but they can do the same thing with with how you're actually able to solve problems and math skills, or what do you call it? They do the same thing.
Logic test.
Yeah.
Logic, and even
they do it in the same form.
I've just seen a lot of them tests are based on standardized testing and stuff that they've
that they've fed to you.
What
my dad used to always give me puzzles.
Yeah, or comm models.
Not like jigsaw puzzles, but like riddles.
Yeah.
That I'd have to really think about. And there was one that's really good, and I like to use. It's okay, you're crossing a river. Okay, you're walking along and you have to cross a river. You're carrying with you a duck, a fox, and a bag of corn. You come to the river and there's a boat. You can only take one thing across at a time. you have to get all three things across the river. How do you do it? Because if you take the fox, the duck will eat the corn, right? If you take the corn, the fox will eat the duck. So you know right off, the first thing you have to do is take the duck across, right?
Of course.
Now, okay, so now you have to go from there. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it, but you, if you're not logic-minded, you won't think that you can always bring one of the items back over to the other side. So you take the duck across, you leave the fox and the corn over on the other side. You come back over, you grab the corn, you take it over, you grab the duck and bring the duck back with you, grab the fox, take it across, and then come back empty-handed and get the duck. You're all set. A lot of people don't think about that you can take the items both ways.
Exactly. They only think in a linear way. That's why, for example, when people say, "Oh, you have to go with the current or against current," fuck that. I'm going to the shore. It's always the third option.
Taking the third option. That's what I always do. Okay, here's the thing on Astana.
I was a model kid. I loved models, car models.
Yeah, I did too. I used to do World War II aircraft.
Yeah, me too. Planes and boats.
Yeah, man.
I don't think you're ready for what I'm about to
Oh, wait a second. That's really that circle. That's James Earl Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a guy that does that. Everybody.
Yeah,
and it looks like a Stargate.
For what I'm about to present in this video. I really don't think you're ready for what I'm about to present in this video. And it all starts in the most unlikely of places. A place they want us to think is nothing but a third world wasteland. But in reality, it's a place fit for a king. Well, maybe not a king, but definitely an angel. 200, as a matter of fact. 200 fallen angels.
City looks beautiful.
And while they create propaganda like Borat to keep us from knowing who actually lives here and what this place actually is, I figured it out. I figured out that the top of their pyramid just happens to have a secret meeting chamber with exactly 200 perfectly aligned seats. 200 perfectly aligned seats that just perfectly matches the amount of fallen angels talked about in the Book of Enoch. 200 that just almost perfectly matches the amount of impact craters that, I don't know, could have been caused from heavenly bodies crashing down to Earth. Heavenly bodies whose leader just happens to also be called Lucifer or the light bearer. The light bearer whose torch is often celebrated across all of the large cities of the world, and whose torch who is oddly placed next to a giant Easter egg. An Easter egg that might actually reveal why eggs are associated with Ishtar, because Easter was originally the celebration of Ishtar, the Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. And maybe this city is also hiding the free energy that they're using, because I've seen these exact buildings associated with the old dirigibles that used to charge from them. But we haven't even talked about the most interesting thing that I found in this city called Astana, which just happens to be an anagram for the word Satan. And it's just down the road from this pyramid. Or should I say, right down the river from this pyramid. And I'm going to take this time and say, all of this is pure speculation. Obviously, there could be other stories here, but too many of them line up to me. Way too many of them. Especially when you see what I found here. And it's what I started this video with. You look at this, and you tell me that doesn't look like some sort of portal. A portal that they might just be using to try to summon some real evil to this place we live. Or maybe even just a prop to propagate their fake summoning of the return of Jesus as a hologram. All I know is there's one thing I definitely know in all of this, is that this movie was created with intention to tell a vision of what this place actually is. Because I would put my money on it that 99% of you have never heard of the city in Kazakhstan called Astana. But you guys know I'm just kidding about all this. I don't really think 200 fallen angels are the actual controllers of this place we live. That's just silly. And I definitely don't think they build an egg and a light-bearing torch to worship anybody. Totally not. You guys know I just love to entertain you and create these fairy tales and stories of evil versus good that they don't really exist. I don't really believe in Satan and Lucifer and all the fallen angels.
Wow. Yeah.
Interesting thing is that the Nathan Reynolds, who is from the Illuminati families, from bloodlines, the one who has broken off from them, said that his father is a father or the freaking.
Who'd you say, Nathan Reynolds?
Yes.
The Lennon Road guy.
Who?
I can't remember, like the Lennon Road or something. Anyway, go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Silk Road?
Go ahead.
Name sounds familiar.
Silk Road? Are you talking about the Silk Road?
Yeah, the Silk Road will be possibly built by the Breakspear family because they are in China. So they are as well part of the Illuminati. So anyway, Nathan Reynolds, I think he was his father or grandfather. He was the one who was the Mason, High Mason, and he was chief engineer. And he was exactly the one who put the torch on the top of the what's this freaking symbol of America?
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, yeah. He was the one exactly who put the fire into the hand. So yeah, so he has
that
knowledge.
I think that's modeled after that. It's a Greek thing where it's got the ring around its head. I forget what it's called. Jesus, I'm like stirring up a.
It's based on the Lucifer.
It's like Sirius or something like that, if I remember right.
That even the Statue of Liberty looks like a woman kind of.
Dude,
if you really look into it.
Androgynous dude, man.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
What is it?
Look at that link I put in the regular chat, Janusz. Is that the guy you're talking about? The Lennon
Let
Railroad.
me check it.
What the fuck is this? Hold on a second.
Yes, you're talking about the Lennon Railroad. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Yep, he's very good.
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying that his childhood was dramatic because they were squeezing his balls with the tools to create different personalities. So he was putting himself together later, and he was saved by Christ. I have several of his interviews on my channel. It's very, very revealing. He was saying as well that about the London Bridge and the Colorado, and possibly from there will come the beast, not the Antichrist, but the beast, because the blood is a currency, and they use that to as a money, as a payment, because that's how they operate. The highest price in their realm has Christ blood. That's the most expensive thing which they can get. So he was saying that what was the name? I was talking about, remember the kid now. He was talking about the Arizona State. They built site number 6, and Peter McCulloch bought the London Bridge, and there is a lake over there. They built dame over there. And Peter McCulloch, he hired guy named C.V. Wood. And this guy as well built Disneyland. So it's all in one circle. And it's connected to the Project Jason. And the Project Jason was founded by the Robert Ballard. It's a US-based K-12 science education program designed to engage students in the science, technology, and engineering, and mathematics. Short, it's STIM, and it's strictly related to the children and youngsters through the MK Ultra. I really look into it, so that's just the info they provide themselves, on their pages. So Wikipedia was edited, but before it was mentioned there on Wiki that he was doing MK Ultra experiments there on that island. So they have built their pressure island, like sometimes they say as well in the cartoons from the Disney, and as well Pleasure Island. It was Epstein Island, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this island is which is related to the lake, is exactly sovereign territory of City of London. It's embassy for ambassadors, and ambassadors go there. The ambassadors who go there are immune from persecution because it's sovereign territory, so they can do nothing about it. The same as Disneyland is in Florida. It's not United States territory because it's under the crown, under the control of the crown. That's why probably you have seen that on the news when DeSantis was trying to impose taxes on the Disneyland. They invoke. Yeah, you've seen that, yeah?
Yeah, because it's owned by London.
Yeah, they invoked exactly the clause stating that they are under the crown.
He was
Which
trying
crown?
to take the tax exempt status or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. In which crown? That's the red dragon, because they are all of it from the devil. Heraldic symbol of City of London is guarded by the red dragon. Yeah, so it's this lake is exactly Lake Havasu, if I pronounce it correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's site 6, that's what it's called. Ambassadors, humankind, and of spirit kind. They're meeting there.
That's where all the old people go down there and retire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lake Havasu.
And
don't they have the spring break down there?
I don't know.
Havasu, where they have all the boats and stuff.
Yeah.
The little party.
All of those intelligence agencies are partnered and
they're all one intelligence agency.
Yes, they're like a kind of splitted, and splitted, fractured, and they are part of the Kingdom of Darkness hierarchy. London Bridge, Dams River, and historians on the channel say that the 80 bodies were discovered there, including 5 children. You can watch it on the Travel Channel documentary when they go under bridge in the Ghosts Hunter episode, and you can see those chambers and seeing them speaking to those spirits. It's just recorded. It's very strange. Wow. Yeah. And
well, guys, I'm going on 4 hours here. I'm going to cut it off here now.
All
it's
right.
Late, and it's been a pretty good show. We had a lot of good people here. 117 all in here. Bearsworth. I haven't seen Bearsworth in quite some time. And let me see. Christopher Allen. God's watching this flat Earth is here too. Frank Noble. Man, a lot of people joined up in here. Crashes. Sorry if I didn't pay enough attention to the chat. I was having a hell of a time keeping up with whatever else was going on here tonight. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for all coming on here tonight.
Good to see everybody.
Don't forget, as we always like to say, don't forget the Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it was probably not meant for you. We'll see you next time at Sal's Place. Good night, everybody.